two, one. Ladies and gentlemen, hello, Monroe Mann here. Coming to you live and direct from the coolest YouTube live channel on YouTube. According to whom? Well, me and lots of other people too. I'm telling you. For those of you who are brand new, or if you're just watching this in replay, my name is Monroe Mann. I've got a very interesting channel, PhD in psychology, Iraq war veteran, lawyer, MBA in finance, PMP, project management professional, licensed skydiver, all that jazz, and comedian, actor, all that stuff. And bring that here onto my YouTube live streams. The main topic of today is something very inspiring and poignant. And basically, this concept that attention is more important than time. I'm going to get into that and explain what that means. Also going to talk about this horrible, horrible situation that happened in the subways in New York City this morning with a woman dead. I believe it was a woman who died, burned alive, which is absolutely terrible. And the third topic of today is just Democrats in general and how their policies are responsible for so many problems in this country. And indeed the world. I don't want to say Democrats because it's really the left. The policy, the woke leftist policies have just caused chaos, and they are responsible for this murder today in New York City. I will talk about that. And then we'll finish up by bringing the inspirational side of what I was talking about, that attention is more important than time, to your life and to my life and moving forward. So we'll start off on an inspiring note. We're going to talk about something serious, and then we're going to switch to something inspiring again. Okay. So the first thing, the first thing I've noticed is that it's taking longer and longer for anybody to show up on these live streams. I used to be able to, I would go 30 seconds and I'd have 4 people in here. Now it's almost 3 minutes and it says 0 people still. Now there are 2. Finally, some people have arrived. So I was saying, attention is more important than time. We all hear over and over again, time is our most valuable asset. And it's sort of, it's not right. It's sort of like the analogy is like, it's not money is the root of all evil. The actual issue is love of money is the root of all evil. Same thing, time is actually not our most valuable asset. It's the use of that time. It's the use of that time. And that's why switching over to the idea of attention. You may have an hour of free time. Where are you focusing your attention? What's up, Fernando and Icy? And it seems like such a obvious thing. Well, of course, where you spend your time is really what's important. But I'm a really productive person, and I have a PhD in psychology, and I was reading this in this book right over here. You can see it. 10 times is easier than 2 times. And I was sitting outside at Whole Foods just now. I rode my bike over there for dinner, did some reading. And I read that. And it was just one little paragraph saying, your time is not your most valuable asset. Your most valuable asset is the attention. Basically, the use of that time. That's your most valuable asset. And it's a fascinating concept because it kind of goes back to this whole idea of procrastination and laziness and this and that. And the book that I was reading is 10 times is easier than 2 times. Just this idea that if you want, it's just as much effort to try to do something at a 10 times level as it is a 2 times level. So why don't you go for the gold? Go for the gold rather than the bronze. How you doing, Robert Gamer and Rhonda Saunders? Lovely to see you. Thank you guys for clicking like. So what did this just, let me grab actually the book, because I made a note in there that I think might jog my memory in terms of something that I wanted to share with you guys. And I'll read to you actually what Dan Sullivan says in this book, which is, just moving along, trying to get over there. All right, listen up. I'm going to read right from this. Anything that's not 10 times doesn't meet the filter and gets released from your attention. According to constraint theory, so it's not even Dan Sullivan who came up with me, it's something called constraint theory. According to constraint theory, the greatest human bottleneck is attention. Our attention is our most finite resource, even more finite and valuable than our time. Indeed, the quality and depth of our attention determines the quality of our time. Most people's attention is scattered, tugged, and seemingly never right here and right now. Let me go back to one sentence that says here, our attention is our most finite resource, even more finite and valuable than our time. What does that mean? Think about it. Let's say you have 3 hours free, and you say, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to get to work for 3 hours, because you've got 3 hours of that valuable resource known as time. You're not going to be completely productive during those 3 hours. If you're fortunate, maybe you'll be productive for 2 hours and 45 minutes. But it's very rare that you will be 100% productive during that time. Even if you think you're being 100% productive. Hey, Kiana, great to see you. Even if you think you're being 100% productive, we're probably not. So it's fascinating that your attention is more finite than your time. You might have 3 hours of free time, but how much of that 3 hours are you actually going to be devoting with 100% energy to whatever you need to get done? Hey, K-Dots, how are you? And I thought there's this thing called the Pareto principle, also called the 80-20 principle, which basically states that 80% of your progress comes from 20% of your effort. It applies to everything else in life. 80% of the people you spend 80% of your time with are 20% of the people that you know. 80% of your money comes from 20% of your effort. And this goes in line here with this constraint theory, is that time is really irrelevant, which is kind of enlightening to me. Because I've written a book on time management. It's called Time Zen. Brilliant book. If you go look on Amazon, it's called Time Zen by Monroe Mann. And by the way, you can check my store. I have a free PDF you can download that's about investing, and a novel that I wrote as well, some other stuff. I'd love you to check out my store. Maybe you'll find something you want to get for somebody for Christmas. Last minute Christmas shopping at Monroe's store. Hi, Jamie. How are you? Kiana, we're talking about two main things today. Three main things. One is this idea that attention is more important than time. That's what we're talking about now. I'm going to talk about that subway murder in New York City, which was just a heinous crime, and I blame Democrats 100%. 100%. And I'm going to explain. I mean, yeah, just thinking about it is making me so angry that this happened to this innocent civilian who was just riding the subway. And I don't know if you heard about the story, but you're going to hear about it here if you stick around. And it's a horrible, horrific, heinous story. But it's emboldening me that the left has been emboldened for the last 8 years to be and do and say whatever they want with no repercussion, and it's judgment time because their policies have destroyed this country, and they have blood on their hands for what just happened this morning in New York City. Horrible. But that's negative. I want to go back to this positive thing here. Again, I'm reading this book, 10 times is easier than 2 times by Dan Sullivan and Benjamin Hardy. And this wild idea that free time, that time is irrelevant. The amount of time, again, they say that time is your most valuable resource. I used to say that too. That time is more valuable than money. Your time, how valuable is your time? To be honest, I'm starting to realize that my time is apparently not very valuable because I spend a lot of time doing things that are incredibly unproductive. And while everyone needs to rest, I'm starting to catch myself, and I used to be, I'm a productive guy now. I'm nowhere near as productive as I used to be in my 20s and early 30s. As you get older, it's a undeniable fact that bitterness can start to, not everybody. I mean, if you've had success after success after success after success, you're not going to feel bitterness. Bitterness comes from people who are trying, and then boom, they just keep getting hit in the head, and you're not making progress. I've had some great accomplishments in life, but I have hit so many brick walls in so many things I've wanted to do. I've talked about learned helplessness before, this concept that the more you try, the more you fail, the more your brain starts to believe that you're always going to fail no matter what you try, so why should you even keep trying? Hi, Nolan. Great to see you. And I have no qualms admitting that I am afflicted with a terrible sickness known as learned helplessness. And I find myself struggling year after year, more and more, finding the strength to push forward. Because it's just I get to the point where, why should I even make the effort anymore? And you guys can all relate to this. I don't care who you are. You all know what I'm talking about to some extent. There's something in your life where you feel like, why should I try anymore? It's not getting me to where I want to go. And I'll look at the comments in a second. And so I admit that I have become a lot lazier than I have been in years past. And I know that I'm lazy. Part of the laziness comes from this learned helplessness. And it's a vicious cycle. You have a great plan, but because of the learned helplessness, you think, why should I even waste my time and energy anymore trying so hard when nothing that I do ever pans out the way that I expect? And this goes back to the 80-20 principle, the Pareto principle I was talking about before, where that 80% of your success comes from 20% of your effort. I honestly feel that I have been focusing subconsciously on the 80% of stuff that doesn't work. It's not a conscious decision. But clearly, if I were focusing more on the 20% that does work, then I would have a much greater rate of return. What's up, Deegan? Nice to see you. Nice to see all you guys. Nice to see some old folks coming back into the chat, into the live stream show. So when I read this again, and I'll read it to you again because it's worth repeating for any of the folks that just got here and for anyone who heard it again before, because it's simple, and yet I find it very profound. Okay, I'm going to read it again. Again, it's a little chilly outside in Miami Beach, and whenever it's chilly out, my nose starts to run. And my nose is running, which gives me a little reason to smile because I like colder weather. Deegan, it's 9 p.m. So, according to constraint theory, the greatest human bottleneck is attention. Our attention is our most finite resource, even more finite and valuable than our time. Indeed, the quality and depth of our attention determines the quality of our time. Most people's attention is scattered, tugged, and seemingly never right here and right now. Thank you, Jamie, for the gift. How lovely. Thank you. Christmas came early this year. Bye, Nolan. Or bye, Deegan, whoever's there. I said I would respond to the comment above, so let me see that. Robert Gamer says, Abe Lincoln said, a house divided against itself will not stand, but the house has always been divided against itself. I think the first part is correct, Gamer. All of us have these conflicting voices in our head. There's a song by Dennis Leary. I think I mentioned it a couple of months ago. The voices in my head. We all have voices in our heads, and you don't have to be a schizophrenic or have multiple personality disorder to acknowledge without shame that you have different voices in your head. Sometimes you wake up and you're like, I am awesome. Sometimes you wake up and go, oh my gosh, I don't want to get out of bed. Sometimes you look in the mirror. Again, certain mirrors have really good lighting. Oh my gosh, I look so good. And then other day they go, I look terrible. Like here, look at this. I do the live stream earlier today, and two people said, "Oh, Monroe, you're a good looking guy," and of course it makes me feel like, "Oh yeah, awesome, cool, I'm a good looking guy." But then, like, I'm in Whole Foods here in Miami Beach, and I'm walking around there. Not one girl looks at me, and then I'm thinking while I'm sitting down and going, you know what? Wow, like there were like 12 girls, and not one of them looked at me. Not one of them found me remotely attractive. I didn't. And so then my voice switched to, oh, maybe I'm not a good-looking person at all. And again, the truth is neither the first one, oh my gosh, you're so good-looking, Monroe, or the second one is, Monroe, you are unattractive. I'm attractive to some people, I'm unattractive to others. But there are two voices in my head. Sometimes my head tells me, I'm a good-looking guy. Other days it's like, oh, Monroe, you're such a loser and so unattractive and no one likes you. So we've got these voices in our head, and the voice, wait, we have a, see if there's another comment. K-Dots, hello V, how are you? Nolan's still here, Freeboat's here. Hello to Nolan's sister. Hey, this is the sis. What's up, sis? How you doing? Rocco says, how you doing? And it's so fascinating here because and another thought came to me as I was riding back to my apartment in line with this. And I might do another whole live stream just on this topic because it's so fascinating. Oh gosh, I can't even remember what the thing was. Wait, I have to look because I wrote it to myself. Let me see. Oh yeah. The idea is that, so time is irrelevant because we all have 24 hours in a day, right? So it's not that someone has more time. Everyone has the same amount of time. The question is, what are you doing with that time? Where is your attention focused during that time? When you have this idea of learned helplessness, which I admit that I suffer from, and I wish I did not. When I was getting my PhD from 2010 to 2016, I ended up studying it a lot. And at the time, I was in really good spirits, and in like better spirits than now. I mean, I know I come across as sometimes positive and motivated. Like, you should have seen me 10 years ago. I was, and 15 years ago, I was like a rocket ship. Now I'm like a bottle rocket. I'm still going up, but not, my engines don't fly like they used to. By the way, we're one like away from the bronze medal, so hope someone else can click like. We're talking about the bottle rocket and the fizzing out. Oh my gosh, I lost track. Oh, we all have 24 hours in a day. And I've always said this, we're all lazier than we think we are. No matter how productive you are, you're probably less productive than you think. And certainly less productive than you can be. And a lot of people say, oh, I don't want to burn myself out. That's just an excuse for being lazy, because most of us don't work hard enough to actually really burn ourselves out. I know I am not burned out from my effort right now. I am handicapped by my lack of belief in myself that I used to have. I used to be a rock star, and people used to be mesmerized by my positive attitude and my ability to chug forward. I still do it. And some of you might be saying, Monroe, but that is who you are. You have no idea what I was like 15 years ago. Because 15 years ago, I had this incredible hope and belief that I was destined by God for greatness. Delusions of grandeur? Sure. But delusions of grandeur are how people do the impossible. Steve Jobs would never have created Apple if he didn't have delusions of grandeur. Roger Bannister, who finally broke the 4-minute mile, when for decades scientists and physiologists said it's impossible. And they laughed at him, despite him believing, no, I'm going to do a 4-minute mile. They laughed and laughed and laughed at him. Sports magazines ridiculed him. Physiologists said he was just destroying his body. But guess what? One day, he did a less than 4-minute mile. And all of a sudden, oh my gosh, it's possible, blah, 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 blah. The next year, something like 150 people did a mile in less than 4 minutes because all they needed was someone to pave the way. But for Roger Bannister to pave the way, he needed to have delusions of grandeur. Just as people laughed at Elon Musk when he said, I'm going to compete with NASA and the European Space Agency and the Russian Space Agency, and soon I'm going to be able to make rockets less expensive than they do. Everybody laughed at him. Literally, he had to send his rocket up to the International Space Station to save the 2 astronauts because NASA couldn't do it. Crazy. Same thing happened with Tesla and the electric car. Everyone laughed at him and said, you're never going to create a battery that is able to propel a car for long distances and at speed. And guess what? He did it. I still hate electric cars personally, and I hate all these little electric scooters and vehicles buzzing around. But he still blazed a trail and did something absolutely amazing. Going back to what I'm talking about here is this idea that attention is more important than your time. We all work. I mean, I don't have a full-time job right now, but I did, and like 9 months ago, and I've had many times throughout my life. And you work, and all you can't wait is for the free time. I can't wait to get off of work. I can't wait to, honestly, I really want to get a job again soon, doing anything, because I think I've become lazier because I have more free time. And this is something called Parkinson's Law. You should look that up. You can read more about it. Parkinson's Law. The amount of time it takes for you to complete something is directly correlated to how much time you're given to complete it. When I worked 3.5 days a week at the law firm, and when I worked 2 days a week at EF, the language school, teaching basically like what I'm talking to you right now, I would teach a class at EF to these foreign exchange students about life and business and psychology. I had far more limited time. And my week, Monday and Tuesday, it was full-time at the law firm. Wednesday, part-time at the school. Thursday, full-time at the law school. Friday, part-time at the school. And every other Saturday, I was at the law firm. I had less time than I do now. And yet, I got far more accomplished while I was working at these 2 jobs than I do now. Because of Parkinson's Law. Because I don't have a job anymore. I don't have a boss to report to. And as a result, my schedule is completely my own. My mom always used to say to me whenever I was forced to do something, she'd say, rejoice, rejoice, you have no choice. And it used to really annoy me. But psychologically, it makes a lot of sense. When you don't have a choice, you are very happy. Believe it or not, like I said, I was far happier in basic training than I am right now. I was much happier in Iraq than I am right now. Why? Because I had no choice. I was happier when I was working at the law firm and at the school. because I had no choice. And sometimes when your time is directed for you, you feel better. Also, the other reason is probably I was around people socially. I'm not around people socially anymore as much. And I have to force myself, I have to create social encounters with people now because I don't have them anymore. Usually I would meet all my colleagues at the law firm. I'd meet all my colleagues and my students at the school. Now I don't. Don't be surprised if I end up telling you that I'm working at EF maybe sometime in the new year, either teaching my one class again or teaching part-time, even teaching full-time. I got to do something. And I loved this dream of becoming a professional YouTuber, and it's still there. But I'm realizing I'm going to do this whether or not I make money from it, because I like having an audience, I like helping people, and I like sharing. But if it does become a full-time thing, it's not going to happen for another probably 2 years, 5 years, something like that. So I do need to find another source of income. By the way, some of you, I did start doing TEDx coaching and YouTube monetization coaching. I'm really good at booking TEDx's. I'm really good at helping people monetize their YouTube channels. So if you know anyone else who is interested, it's $900 for either program, and I will guarantee that your channel is monetized or you book a TEDx within 1 year. If you do what I want to do, if you do what I tell you to do. I'm really confident about that. I do have one client now, one for TEDx and one for YouTube. So I got something going on, and that's good, but I got to get back on the saddle. My 9 months of savings is fast approaching depletion levels. But I'm realizing I'm so lazy now, people, and it sickens me. And it sickens me. And it sickens me why I'm so lazy. Because of this damn learned helplessness. And for those who are just joining, it means you try so hard for so long and constantly get hit in the head and knocked down that you eventually start to think, why should I even try? What's the point? Let me give you some examples of just the things that I'm procrastinating on. It'll put it into context. Ishmael finished fixing some bugs for the Breakdiving mobile app. Breakdiving is this not-for-profit community that I created online. And it's done, and it was done yesterday. Fixed the bugs, and I still have not tested it. And it's been more than 36 hours. What the heck am I waiting for? It'll probably take 1 hour for me to test it, and if it works, awesome. We can launch it to the app stores, and maybe I'm scared, honestly. Sometimes procrastination happens because you're scared. I think I am scared. Not I think, I know I'm scared. Launching this app is the final Hail Mary that I hope would bring. We have 1,300 members in our community that we've amassed over the last 7 years. At any given day, any given month, maybe 20 to 30 of them are active. I mean, the numbers, we have a big churn rate. I believe, and Ishmael does, and a lot of us do believe that, wow, if there's a mobile app that's really simple, condensed, streamlined, it's going to bring back many of these 12 to 1,300 people. But I am so scared about launching this app into the app stores, and it doesn't do what I hope it's going to do. So procrastination is a funny beast. Sometimes it's because you're scared of failure. Sometimes it's because you're scared of success, and you don't want to. In this case, I think my learned helplessness is I don't want to keep putting effort in because I can feel it. You can see it in my head. I am tired of failure. I am tired of putting in 200% and then getting, boom, smack to the ground, boom, smack to the ground. And I get up, try again, smack to the ground, boom. It is overwhelming, psychologically overwhelming. And this is how learned helplessness develops. But nothing ventured, nothing gained. I was going back to the Oh, so the other thing I want to talk about, and I'll probably do another live stream about this, but it's focus on, if we're talking about attention, and the attention what you focus on in your free time is far more important than how much free time you have. Like I said, I used to think my time was so valuable. But if my time were really valuable, why am I wasting so much time of it? Time watching TV, watching movies, sleeping, napping, just, doing nothing. I am a master. Where's my list? Oh, it's right here. I mean, I have right before you, ladies and gentlemen, look, 2 to-do lists. Here, well, sorry, I'm zoomed in. Sorry, if I just made you extremely dizzy, I apologize. Look at this. Break diving, money making to do. Here's all the stuff for break diving. Okay, YouTube, all of my YouTube stuff, all my stuff for myself. I've got a huge to-do list of things. 15 years ago, I created this last night. 15 years ago, I would have half of this done by today. I haven't even touched it. I have muscle memory about creating to-do lists, but I suck at getting them done now. I'm at least able to recognize why. It's because of the learned helplessness. I have zero faith in myself anymore. And it's heartbreaking. And I have all of these things that I think could be solutions to my problems, and I don't execute like I used to. I used to be a machine. I still am a machine, but I'm a broken machine now. And the machine still works, but it works really slowly and clunkily and gets only 10% of what the efficiency that it used to. I'm getting a little warm. Let me take this off, and then we will. I'm going to look at your comments in a second, and we're going to continue. And it may sound here like I'm complaining and whining here. I'm not. I'm trying to help you to try to put yourself into my shoes and realize you can relate to this in some way in your life. You're lazier than you want to be. You procrastinate more than you want to be. When you get off from work or whatever, you don't focus as much as you want to. That's why I realized, that's why I loved reading that little paragraph there is, your time is not valuable. What you do with that time is what's valuable. Let me read some comments. What's up, Robert Gamer? Nolan. Elijah says, am I still a member? And Elijah says, yes. Oh, which reminds me, let me raffle off the last 5, not raffle. Let me just give away 5 new memberships for the month. Let me log in here really quickly, and we're gonna give 5 people are going to become members. YouTube.com/Monroe Mann/live. Let's see if I can find this. /live. I'm watching my live. There we go. Turn that off. Oh, I'm able to create a super chat goal. Here, I want 5 super chats. That's all the colors. So for the next 30 minutes, I will play my new song. Hi, hey. All right, so apparently this is a new thing that just launched too, where I could create a super chat goal. I don't know if it's how this works or this or that, but we'll try it. And apparently it says if there are 5 super chats of any value within the next 30 minutes, I'll play you guys my new song, Hi, hey. All right, so I'm starting that goal. Let me do the raffle now. I keep saying raffle, it's not a raffle. Membership gifting, here we go. So I got 5 more people who, this is YouTube. YouTube chooses randomly 5 people who they think are potentially going to become members in long term. So here we go. Gift 5 memberships and let's see who is going to get them. So CL got one, Nightmare got one, Jean-Pierre got one, William Bond, and let's see, Marcos. So very cool. Hey, we just got the first super chat from Deegan for $1. Huzzah. $1. You're on the super chat board, Deegan. 52. Deegan. And that was, no, it was 1 Swiss franc. CHF. If you guys wonder why that stands for Swiss franc, is that in Switzerland, the Swiss call themselves the Helvetica Federation. But this is like Confédération Helvétique. So, and it's Christmas time, so you get a box, a little, and a bow. Thank you, Deegan. I appreciate that. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, and congratulations whoever just got the gifted memberships. Oh gosh, somebody just gifted again. Somebody, wait, what's going on here? Does somebody know? Let me catch up on all these chats and then I'll get down to the super chat. JD Leader is here. How are you? Nice haircut. Thank you. Hey, what's up, Mrs. Reboot? Great to see you. JD Leader. Hey, Monroe. Stevie. Hello. Richard Bro, you could be Beaker's stunt double on the Muppets. Thank you very much. Families are fighting more lately. I don't really have much of a family anymore, so just me and my mom. John Walker broke 3 minutes 50. Wow, there's a lot of, that was a long time ago I was talking about that. Very cool. See you soon. Wish you the best, Monroe. Thank you, K-Dots. Glad your life says Freeboat. I'm going through it. JD Leader, I start full-time again on Christmas Day. I think it's for the best as I'm far more unhappy bored. JD Leader, it's exactly what I'm talking about. I don't like the situation that I'm in right now. I'm glad I'm not working at that law firm anymore, but I am not happy. I'm not happy with the current situation either. Rocco, what's up? Excuse me. Rocco will be back. Dancer is not with me. Fear is our greatest teacher. Is it cold in Florida? It's chilly tonight, but chilly for Florida, like South Florida. It's around 69 degrees. Let's see. Jamie says, bye, Freeboat. Okay, I'm going to get to the bottom. Richard Bro, rock and roll will never die. Deegan, thank you for that. Let me give you that a heart. K-Dots, hi. Jamie gave, hey, Jamie, $1.99. Thank you for that. Jamie, okay, 53. Jamie, $1.99. Wow, it's actually working. Deegan did another one. 54. Deegan. Yeah, we need 5. Was that 2 Swiss francs? And another bow on there. 3rd super on a live stream. Congratulations, Deegan. And I can't give people memberships, K-Dots. It's all up to YouTube. So Deegan, oh my gosh. Deegan gave it up. I guess I didn't specify that it had to be from different people, right? Thank you, Deegan. And where are you in Switzerland? Are you on? Oh my! Is there another one? I guess that's 5. All right, I guess I have to sing the song. 5, 56, Deegan. And that is, well, I guess here, times 2, because I'm running out of space. No, I can't send any more memberships. I only get 10 per month. I did the first 5 earlier this month, and I just did these last 5 now. But I'll do some more again in January. So, congratulations. You can thank Deegan and our friend Jamie. Forgot your name there, Jamie, for a second. Deegan and Jamie. Because of them, I'm going to play my new song, Hi, Hi, Hey, Hey, for you guys that I just finished writing today. No, your Wi-Fi is not lagging. Why would your Wi-Fi be lagging? All right, so I will take a brief. You know what? Let me put it over here. I've got that. I've got the lyrics here. Okay. So this is the one. No, I can't do it on here. I got to put it on my music stand. Hold on. Okay. I've got to put it on the music stand. Oh, let me ask you this. Okay. All right, putting on there. We need to get a guitar. Let me put this over here so it doesn't fall. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this song is brought to you by Deegan and Jamie. Hey, Mrs. Reboot, thank you so much. Mrs. Reboot just gifted 5 more memberships. Wow. Oh, I'm so sorry. And K-Dot, you didn't get it again. I'm sorry. Big Tone got it. Someone from Japan, Dennis King. Team Awesome and That Fork. Hey, Good Cat. How are you? Wait, Deegan, you're in Switzerland, right? Yeah, from Switzerland. I used to live in Lugano, Switzerland. All right, so I came up with this idea for this song about 3 months ago, and I just had the melody for the chorus, and then today on the live stream, I actually basically wrote the song. So, this song is called Hi, Hi, Hey, Hey. I am sitting here alone, just looking at the sea, wondering if God is out there and thinking of me. Actually, I don't care, 'cause I'm still on my way. But there's still one thing that I wanted to say. Hi, hi, hey, hey. That's what I wanna say. Hi, hi, hey, hey. What do you wanna say? Hi, hi, hey, hey. Let's all go out and play. Hi, hi, hey, hey, yeah. Okay, ladies and gents, we are back at the verse. And now I'm wondering if I'm blessed or I'm cursed. Can any of you tell me now what is my name? I'm forgetting little things and I'm going insane. But I keep moving forward, one step at a time, one lyric after lyric, and I'm trying to rhyme. Actually, I don't care, 'cause I'm still on my way. But there's still one thing that I wanted to say. Hey, oh, there's still one thing that I wanted to say. Hi, hi, hey, hey. That's what I wanna say. Hi, hi, hey, hey. What do you wanna say? Hi, hi, hey, hey. Let's all go out and play. Hi, hi, hey, hey, yeah. I like the way this sounds, the verse. You're all probably wondering what the song is about. I honestly don't know, but let's figure it out. Now if I keep on singing, maybe it will make sense. Or maybe it just better keep us all in suspense. Final thoughts and musings as we finish the song. Did you just nod your head or did you sing along? Actually, I don't care, 'cause I'm still on my way. But there is still one thing that I wanted to say. Hi, hi, hey, hey. That's what I wanna say. Hi, hi, hey, hey. That's what I wanna say. Hi, hi, hey, hey. Let's all go out and play. Hi, hi, hey, hey. One more time. Hi, hi, hey, hey. That's what I wanna say. Hi, hi, hey, hey. That's what I wanna say. Hi, hi, hey, hey. Let's all go out and play. Hi, hi, hey, hey. Yeah. So that's this new song that's been floating around in my head for a really long time. It's a great honor to have Mrs. Reboot here. I hope if she's still here, but if not, you'll hear my little speech about her. She's the husband of Mr. Reboot, who's quite a big YouTuber. He's got nearly 1 million subscribers, and I love his shorts. He does some really great things, and the production value is amazing. And everybody could learn a lot from what he does on his channel. And his lives are cool, where he's got split screen with different cameras at the same time. It's just really neat, and he plays games with people, and he shows people how to build things. And he's agreed tentatively to be a guest. Thank you for the gifts. There's 20 rubies up there now. Thank you. He's tentatively agreed to be a guest on my channel sometime in January. Mr. and Mrs. Reboot are going away for the holidays. But when they return, I am hoping to have him on. Mrs. Reboot, by the way, you're welcome to be a guest too one time if you'd like. I think it'd be fascinating to talk to the wife of a YouTuber. And I know you're sort of his manager, so to speak, because you're the one who moderates his live streams and stuff. And I'm sure you have a lot to share as well. So if ever you want to jump on. And by the way, this applies to anyone. Anyone who wants to be a guest, just go to YouTubeGuests.com. YOUTUBEGUESTS. With an S, YouTubeGuests.com. It's a simple website I created just to manage my guests, anyone who wants to come on the live stream. All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, let me catch up on the chat, and then, hey, chat, Mrs. Reboot gifted the memberships, thank you very much. Oh, I gotta run, Reboot is going live. All right, I guess so, Reboot didn't hear anything that I had to say. Let's see. You don't live in Lugano. Have a good evening, Mr. I'm fine. Start crashing out chat. I'm in Florida tomorrow evening. We can grab a bite to eat. Jay Smart, sounds good. Let's finally do it. What's up, Big Tone? Congratulations on getting a membership. And let me see. K-Dots, Jamie, I go to school. That's where they taught me, bro. What do you want me to say? Do you ever have a favorite video game? Outrage Water. I don't know. I was watching on YouTube earlier this video game playthrough of Escape from Zombies or something. It looks really cool. It's making me think maybe I should get a PlayStation or an Xbox. Where to meet up, and I'll be there. I'll pay. All right, sounds good. How about this, Jay? Super chat me $25, and I'll pay for the coffee. I think that's reasonable. So anyway, going back to the topic, is the human mind is very fickle. It changes constantly what's going through our mind. I have a clients sometimes, and I'll work with them and like to get something done. And I'm really good as a motivational drill sergeant. I say, look, get this thing done within 48 hours. I don't care what you have to do. Make sure it's done and report back to me. And boom, it gets done. I don't have that person in my life anymore. That person used to be me. This is why, again, I think I want my time to be more constrained. The more free time that I have, the less productive I've become. Sounds so crazy, but it's Parkinson's law. The more time you give yourself to do something, There is no real deadline for me to launch this app on Android and iPhone. So why? Ishmael finished the work 2 days ago. Haven't done it. I'm looking at all of these things on here. I want to create something called the YouTube Live Streamer Handbook. Haven't worked on it. What else? Watch 3 new CLEs. That I have to do these continuing legal education videos to keep my license. Haven't watched them. Let's see. I've wanted to do a Simul German. It's this German course that I have on my desk, and I haven't touched it in months. What's going on, Monroe? Why? Catch up on all the accounting for break diving. Launch Google Ads for TEDx coaching and Google Ads for YouTube coaching. And fix the staff page, update the IO web page to highlight, blah, 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 blah. I got so many different things. Why am I not doing it? Because there is no deadline. Nothing's going to happen if it takes a day or if it takes a week. When I was working full-time at the law firm at the school, I felt that I had so little free time. So when I did have free time, I was disciplined and my attention was focused on using every moment of my free time to get these things done. But now, because of Parkinson's law, I'm like a college student waiting to cram everything to the deadline. But the problem is there is no deadline. And so that's why I was so invigorated when I read that time is not your most precious resource. Because I've got a massive amount of time right now. Attention is my most precious resource. And right now, I'm not focusing my attention on the things that I need to do, which is the stuff on the to-do lists. And let me see, we got some comments. You want to learn German? Ja, ich bin ein deutscher Schüler, aber mein Deutsch ist nicht so gut. Aber ich will studieren. Ja. V can give me a deadline. Yeah, I need someone to give me a deadline. But here's the thing too. The problem is I'm able to give my clients deadlines because they trust me that I know what I'm doing and that I know what I'm talking about. So they think, okay, Monroe knows what to do. He's telling me I need to have this done in 48 hours. I guess I better do it because it's going to succeed. Because of my dang learned helplessness, affliction, I don't believe that any of this stuff is going to actually help me anymore. And that pains me so much that I've lost so much hope because of the learned helplessness. One of the things I want to start doing is jumping onto Google Scholar and looking through all these psychological journals. I've read so much about learned helplessness, but I didn't read a lot about, well, how do you overcome it? This learned helplessness came about. I'm going to turn off this light here because it's a little bright. Learned helplessness, it came about from an experiment years ago. You couldn't do this today with animals. They put dogs in this container. Here, let me just explain. Like here, let's say on the floor here, it has this and this. And let's say the dog is over here, and they would shock the dog. What would the dog immediately do? Is run over to here. Shock the dog, and it runs over to the other side to escape the shocking. But then they put a barrier in the middle. Shocked the dog could not escape. And so it would learn, as soon as there was a shock, it wouldn't even move. It would just stay there and just like shock, like, all right, well, they're going to shock me. And then, and they made no effort whatsoever to save itself. But then the experiment gets interesting. They then removed the separator again. and shocked the dog, even though it could escape, it would just stay there getting the electric shock, even though the barrier was gone. That is learned helplessness. That even if there is a way out, and the way out for me are these to-do lists, if you don't believe that those to-do lists are going to lead to anything, you're not going to do anything. You're just going to sit there and let the to-do lists languish. Now, I do work on my to-do list, and I get them. But like I said, not at the exponential level of productivity that I did when I was in my 20s and 30s. I was an unstoppable force. Now I'm a stoppable force. And I'm trying to build up the momentum again. But the thing that I was thinking about when I was riding back from Whole Foods tonight was maybe stop worrying about so much about whether, maybe this is the solution to learned helplessness. Don't worry if it's gonna work or not, Monroe. Just focus on what you can change. Focus on what you can do. Focus your attention on, maybe 90% of these things will lead to absolutely nothing. But maybe 10%, maybe 1%, maybe one of those things on that list, boom, pushes me forward. Maybe this mobile app, when it gets released, does change everything. Me doing this live stream tonight, I kind of just felt like, you know what, Monroe? Just do the live stream. Just keep going. Keep doing it because it's what I can do. I can't focus on the YouTube algorithm. I can't focus on figuring out why I have fewer viewers than I used to have. I can't focus on this, on that, other things. I can't. Because, I can focus on it, but what's the point of focusing on that? I can't do anything about it. What's the only thing I can do? Keep live streaming. Keep writing songs. Keep doing the comedy. Keep trying to inspire people on these live streams. And maybe something finally breaks through. Okay, let me read some comments. JD says, you can do it, brother. Thank you. What's up, Jacob? Good to see you. Jacob, why are you putting all those W's? In the future, Jacob, don't be spamming. You're going to get timed out. Isn't it sehr gut, not so gut? Sehr gut means very good. Nicht sehr gut means not very good. Yeah, that's right, K-Dots. You tell Jacob. No spamming. Let's see. Not bad, though. Why do I want to learn German? I just love languages. Look, I've got German, but notice I'm learning German with French. My French is pretty good. L'espagnol, le russe, le chinois. This is Chinese. This is Russian, Spanish. Because I'm crazy. That's why. Ich bin verrückt. Ich bin sehr verrückt. All right, Jacob, you're getting a timeout for 10 seconds. So don't be doing that. Oh, yeah, grab again. My thoughts on a house divided against itself. Like I was telling you, our minds are a house divided against themselves. And part of me is the same productive, hopeful person I was in my mid-20s. But the other part of me is this broken guy with learned helplessness who is lazy as can be now because he doesn't believe that his effort is going to lead to anything because he's had such a tough run of things these last 25 years. And it's really frustrating. And you're right. And a house divided against itself cannot stand, which means you have to pick which, in the Millionaire Mindset book by Graziosi, whatever his name is, He says you've got like a hero on one shoulder and you've got a villain on the other. And in most of us, the villain controls the storyline. But we don't want to have a movie where the villain wins. We want a storyline where the villain and the hero battle it out, and the hero kicks the villain in the butt, and the hero goes off into the sunset. And that's what I need to do right now, because my villain has overtaken me dramatically and pushed the 25-year-old hero to the side. And I need to bring back that 25-year-old hero had way too big of an ego. But that ego was allowed to push him through and make him believe that everything he was going to do was going to work. And so that's what we all need to do. And what I need to do is I need to kick my villain's butt and stop, because I can't have this house divided, Rabbit. I need to have the hero inside be the one who's in charge. Let's see, there's some flirting in the chat. K-Dot says the alpha. Let's see. And Jay says, stop shocking the invisible dog. That's hilarious. I'm the Sigma. Music starts playing. I could drop times. Hey, Jamie, have you thought about being a guest on the show? Yeah, she has, but she said she wants to stay solo. Make a game app. Yeah, no one knows where Jay is. Jay, I think, is probably in Indonesia or in Siberia, something like that. American, you voted Michael president, okay. And, gosh, there are so many messages. Deegan, you're gone. See you later. Auf Wiedersehen. Okay, we're at the bottom. Let me look at this poll here. All right, so 82% want to do a Christmas Carol sing-along. The reason why I stopped doing it, because I had it scheduled. I didn't want to learn all of these songs on guitar, but what I realized I think I can do is just do a sing-along with me singing a cappella, and then you guys can sing along with me. And I think that would be fun too. I know the melodies. All I need to do is look at the lyrics online, and we could sing 5 to 10 different Christmas carols. Hey, Rabbit, ideally over 18, because it's a big old pain in the butt for me to get release forms for people under 18 from the parents, because some of the parents don't want to send me proof of ID and prove who they are and this and that. So I think if you're under 18, you need to already be a YouTuber who is posting your face regularly. That way I know that your parents approve of your face and your voice being on a stream. So I don't really think I want to have those under 18 anymore on here for that reason. Let's see. Hey, K-Dots. Yeah, you could be a member if you're 11, I think, but you either need to get gifted one of the memberships or you need to buy a membership, like with the help of one of your parents. I want to switch gears now to the other topic, which is a little bit different. YouTube takes a commission on the polls too. That's right. I have to pay YouTube 3 cents for every vote that you guys give in a poll. I wouldn't be surprised, actually. I just want to talk about the situation in New York City, which is really just horrific. And if you didn't know, this woman, I believe it was a woman, was just sitting on the train. The doors were open. This migrant from Guatemala takes a match and throws it on this subway rider. Her clothes lit up, just ignited like crazy. She couldn't put him out. And this guy just sat on the bench in the subway station and watched her burn alive. And she's dead now. And it makes me so angry about all of the politics of the Democrats, because this and the policies of New York City are just this what happened. It's the culmination of all of this woke nonsense from the last 8 years. Defund the police. New York has no cash bail. Mentally challenged people are allowed to just roam the streets. The illegal immigrants have been pouring in over the border. It's unclear yet, at least I haven't checked whether he was illegal or not. But it's a migrant from Guatemala, from another country. And we look at what just happened in Germany, where this crazy guy from Saudi Arabia comes to Germany and he kills / injures like 100 people. I think like 90 people injured, a number of people killed. It's like, we need to be very careful who is let into our borders. When I say our, I mean any country. And it is this, I wasn't, despite everything that's been happening in the New York City subway for the last 10 years, I'd still ride it without trepidation. What happened this morning, anyone who is not petrified to ride the subway at this point is bonkers. New York City subway system is a war zone. It is a ghetto. It is a killing field. I mean, it is. It is shameful. And I hold Democrats 100% responsible. But the worst thing is, you would think that something like this would convince people to stop voting for Democrats and stop voting for these stupid nonsense policies. I'm grateful that America was smart enough, at least enough smart Americans voted for Donald Trump in this election. It is scary to me now to actually think about all those people who are going to ride the subway again tonight and tomorrow. I'm thinking, what if I'm the next person to get pushed in front of the subway? What if I'm the next person to get knifed? What if I'm the next person to have to go up in flames? The other side of this is, how does any country allow flammable clothing to be sold and worn? It's not like this guy threw lighter fluid on her and then threw the match. He just apparently threw the match, and the material in her clothing just lit up. Just lit up. And that's just, it makes me want to look at every single bit of clothing I have to see exactly what the materials are, and then make sure I do an internet search and find out, are any of these materials flammable? And I don't want to wear flammable clothing. It's why I don't drink alcohol. I don't want to drink anything that's flammable either. But in all seriousness, this is absolutely atrocious. Let me see what some of the comments are here. Rabbit Gamer, send in the Discord or something. Give me a link to your channel so I could check it out. Pure evil, that's horrible. Or Rabbit Gamer, go to my website, YouTubeguests.com, and fill out the form. That's better. Yeah, it's horrible, pure evil, a degenerate. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, absolutely, Rabbit Gamer. They should 100% have a background check. And that's why this is horrible. I don't care if this happened on Biden's watch or Trump's watch. Somebody told me that the person came over in 2018, but I don't think that was the case. I think it was last year. Why does anybody get over this border without a full background check? What is up with this catch and release? If someone comes to the border, and even if they're applying for refugee status or asylum, I don't think you should be able to wait in the United States while the claims are processed. You got to wait in some detention center or something, or like a barracks. I mean, I was in the military, living in the barracks during basic training. It was not horrible. I lived in tents in Iraq with 60 other people. I survived. I'm okay. We have to stop. I'm really excited about January 20th. And when it's showtime. And I can't wait till Tom Homan, he just starts the most massive deportation operation in American history. After what happened today in New York City subway, I want every illegal immigrant out of this country. I don't care if they're looking for a better life. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. And what if this guy had no other telltale signs, this or that? Yet, so he was like a sleeper until he snapped and decided, I'm going to burn this woman? It's bad enough that we have Americans killing Americans. How messed up that we are having so much murder and rape in this country from people who shouldn't even be here. It is absolutely bonkers. It is bonkers. And as you know, I worked as an immigration attorney. And again, part of the reason why I'm not there, one, it was because they didn't agree to give me the pay raise. I hated every moment there. 90% of the people that I were helping they came over the border multiple times. Some of them had criminal records. And I'm writing all these things to USCIS and to ICE and trying to get them free passes. It made me sick to my stomach. And people are writing to me sometimes through my legal website asking me to help them with immigration stuff. It's like, I want nothing to do with that stuff anymore. Because it seems like most of these people don't have any claim to being here. And they've done terrible things on top of it. And to me, honestly, coming here illegally is a terrible thing. But more terrible is the United States federal government that allowing it to happen. Like, can you really blame the illegal immigrants for coming over here when the border is open? I do blame them because they're still breaking the law. But maybe in their mind, they're not breaking the law because the Biden administration just lets them all through. The Biden administration right now is selling so many parts of the border wall off. All of the materials, they're selling it off, and Trump is trying to stop it. And it's like Biden is trying to, despite the fact that Trump won, and 70% of Americans want people deported, Biden is selling off portions of the border wall material prior to Trump taking office to stymie his border wall efforts. I mean, it's disgusting. It is just absolutely horrible. Yeah, hairspray is flammable. Absolutely. What's up, Bobby? Good to have you here to develop the GDP. You're right, Jay. That's why they come over here. Mexico, I think it's the third biggest source of income from outside the country is money from people who are in America sending money back to Mexico. So, of course, Mexico wants to send their citizens here, and they're facilitating the illegal border crossing, even if officially they say they're not. They absolutely want Mexican illegals in America and any other country as well, because it sends money back to Latin America. So the United States is being used, and the left wokeists, they don't realize that they are being played 100%. V says, stop bringing new people in until every single person who's already here is taken care of, especially Canadians. Exactly. I mean, look at this. I mean, I've mentioned this before. I have a terrible time finding jobs. Because of my resume and my background, nobody trusts me. Even if I apply to law firms, they're like, why do you want to work here? And every accolade that I built, people do a Google search of me, and most people do nowadays. It doesn't help me getting a job. It's so backwards and messed up. And people always say to me, Monroe, you got to just lie on your resume. Don't tell them. I'm like, I'm gonna lie on my resume, and then they're going to do a Google search for me and find out that I lied on the resume. That's going to make me look even worse. But if someone like me is having a hard time running a business, getting a job, whatever it may be, I mean, why are we helping illegal immigrants? I don't understand. I don't understand at all. It's just so absolutely bonkers to me. Let's see. Anyone from Alberta, Canada? Drake is Canadian. Kelowna, BC. V knows everything about everybody from Canada. Everything. Do I have Riz shows, jawline? Treat me like, okay. You were close to Lloydminster. Let me see. Awesome V. Used to live in St. Paul. Look at you guys. Look at Canadians connecting over here. Keep people out of the USA, especially Canadians. Yeah. Jay, I'm not suffering from success. I'm suffering from accomplishment. And some people say that you can become a victim of your success. I say you become a victim of your accomplishments. Because that's the problem. I've become such an accomplished person that people don't know what to do with me. Which is why my only hope is to become a super successful YouTuber, where all of my accomplishments can serve as inspirational fodder for the people who are watching me. And but yeah, I want you guys, don't be afraid to call illegal immigrants, because that's what they are. As I mentioned, I worked as an immigration attorney. That's what they are, illegal immigrants. And I don't have any qualms calling them what they legally are. And don't let any of them or any of the people fighting on their behalf try to shame you and telling you that calling you names for calling them illegal immigrants. They are. I don't think illegal immigrants are helping our country. Every illegal immigrant in this country is inflating the value of the workforce, is devaluing every American worker. And now there is a woman who is dead. Again, I don't know if he was an illegal immigrant from Guatemala. I'm 95% sure that he is not legally here. I can't imagine it. K-Dot says, I used to have beef with I'm Athena, and now it's Jay. So anyway, I just wanted to rant about that a little bit because I'm horrified what the left has done to New York City, where I'm from, the greatest city in the world. And it is a scary, drug-infested, prostitute-infested, murder-infested city now. And when Rudy Giuliani was mayor, man, that guy was a rock star. He was a rock star. And Bloomberg, it started to demise under Bloomberg, and then further under de Blasio, and then finally with Eric Adams. Unfortunately, Eric Adams is coming around now. He's the current mayor of New York. He's coming around, and he met with Tom Holman. He wants to change New York's sanctuary city status. He wants all the illegals out of the city. To be fair, he said he wants to get the dangerous, violent ones out, but it should be all of them. But it's too little, too late. Damage is done. Look at all these people who are dead. Look at all these people who are scared to ride the subway because the Democrats defunded the police, because the Democrats took the side of the illegal immigrants, not the American citizens, because the Democrats decided to become the friend of criminals and get rid of cash bail. It used to be, if you committed crimes, you got arrested, and then you had to pay $1,000 or $10,000 or $100,000 bond or bail to get out. In New York now, you don't have to do any of that. And so you could steal all this stuff from CVS, get arrested, that same afternoon you're back out on the street and you don't have to pay anything. And I tell you, why do you think there's all this smash and grab at all these CVS's and Rite Aids all around the country? Because of these soft on crime policies. I don't applaud Singapore's caning law, which is very severe. Like if you're caught stealing or you have drugs and stuff, you get caned with a piece of bamboo. And it is extremely, extremely painful. But their crime is very low. Why? Because people know if you do something terrible, you are going to get caned. In New York, you do something, you'll get released the same day. Look at Luigi Mangione. You murder somebody, you assassinate somebody in cold blood. He's got GoFundMe campaigns for his legal defense. Oh, I love it. GoFundMe takes down other like conservative causes, but leaves up a GoFundMe to raise money for you could say a alleged murder. This guy's guilty. It's him. And they're allowing to, now on one hand, I was a public defender. I understand everyone's entitled to a defense, and I suppose there's nothing wrong with raising money to hire a legal defense fund. So if it's written in that way, but I mean, it's bonkers. Something like that would never, no one would have the guts. Like, look this way. If O.J. Simpson had done what he did to his wife, Nicole, and to Ron Brown, today, there would be a GoFundMe raising money for his defense. And apparently there are 20 women now who have already sent letters to Luigi Mangione professing their love for this guy. I mean, the world has gone absolutely crazy, and woke policies are the result. Trump won, and I think the wokeness is starting to go down. But my point I want to say is, I'm so less scared now than I was over the last 8 years to speak my mind. Because enough is enough, and Trump's victory has helped make it clear the left is wrong, the woke policies are wrong, and we need to stick up for what's right for America. All right, let me read some comments. Do I have a brown sofa? No, I don't even have a sofa. Topher says, I remember those days. If you stop criminals, you go to jail. Yeah, look what happened to our friend Daniel Penny. Just absolutely terrible. And I'm so glad that he was acquitted, but it was not a sure thing. It was not a sure thing that he would get acquitted. PTK says, I can't believe Kamala said no way. Trump said Merry Christmas. That's horrible. Then the next day she said Merry Christmas. Yeah. No, the left changes they change what they say all the time. I think that's one thing that's very different about most people, most conservatives, I think, that they kind of stick to their message. Like, let's say suddenly something publicly comes out about me and saying Monroe Mann says negative things about illegal immigrants. And then I would say, yeah, I did. I say a lot of negative things about illegal immigrants. Number one, they're criminals. Number two, they shouldn't be here. Number three, they're not vetted. Number four, they're ruining the economy. Number five, they're taking away opportunities from Americans. I will stand by anything that I say on this YouTube channel if anyone ever brings it up. Topher, does New York have the death penalty? No, which is why they brought those federal charges of like terrorism, because it does allow the death penalty. But now the argument is whether they can actually prove, was this terrorism via first-degree murder. In New York, a legitimate homicide with intent is second-degree murder. But they brought first-degree murder charges. And now they're thinking that's not, maybe it's not going to be a good strategy because I don't know if the legal argument will hold up. And Topher says, O.J. Simpson, not a Jew. You know what? I haven't watched that Hanukkah song thing recently. I got to watch that. Guys, let's all watch the Hanukkah song tonight with Adam Sandler. Topher says woke will go away. Trump is going to kick woke out of the military. I just, yeah. I feel bad for people who are in the military these last 4 years, 4 to 6 years, because it was woke first, mission second. And it was an annoying place to be when I was in the military, when you and I were in the military, Topher. But I just crazy over these last four years. So, all right, the last thing that I wanted to say was just going back. I'm going to end on a good note. Was going back to what I was saying earlier, which is, well, I'm going to just jump on what Topher just said here. He said DEI has made it worse. DEI is diversity, equity, and inclusion. The opposite is, I think it's MEI, merit, excellence, and intelligence. And the idea is that that's what we should be focusing on is does someone have the merit for this job? Does the person have the excellence for this job? Does the person have the intelligence for the job? Where DEI is, does this person have the race for the job, the sex for the job, and the ethnicity for the job? Those three things are absolutely irrelevant to anything. And it's disgusting that people try to meet these DEI affirmative action quotas. And I'm so glad that the Supreme Court deemed them unconstitutional. And apparently, black enrollment at Harvard Law School has dropped precipitously since the Supreme Court ruled that affirmative action can't be used. All I can say is I think that's good for the black population because it means those few blacks who did get accepted to Harvard Law School know that they got in there based on their merit, excellence, and intelligence, not the color of their skin. And I have no pity for those who do not get in because they did not have the intelligence, the merit, or the excellence to get into Harvard Law School. And guess what? There are many white people and Asians and Hispanics who also got turned down from Harvard Law School. When I applied to Harvard and Yale when I was in college, guess who got big fat rejection letters? Me, the white male. I got so much white privilege that I got rejected from all the Ivy Leagues. But funny, it worked out pretty well because I ended up at a college in Switzerland. I mean, going to school in Switzerland is so much cooler than going to Harvard or Yale, in my opinion. As you guys know, I'm in pre-med. Whether I'll pursue it to completion, I don't know. And getting a med degree, I don't know. But I have 3 more classes. I start physics in 2 weeks. And one of the schools I'm looking at is called St. George's University. And it's in the Grenadines. No, it's in, what island? Grenada. It's in the island of Grenada in the Caribbean. And it's not a top tier school at all. Why am I looking at it? Because I think that would be pretty cool. You could do 2 years at the campus there and then 2 years in London or in Cambridge or something. That sounds so much cooler than just going to University of Miami Medical School. I think it would be so much more of an adventure to do it in a different country. So again, don't worry. Sometimes getting rejected from something can actually lead to something better. And to my sense, getting rejected from the Ivy Leagues led me to Franklin University, Switzerland, which I had a blast going to school there. 1983 says, I don't agree with not letting trans people. I don't know how I feel about trans folks in the military. Gay people is completely fine. Because one of my guys that I was in basic training with was gay. And he was in the bunk below me. And it was fine. And he knew that no one else was gay there. Don't hit on them. He didn't. And I think it was during the don't ask, don't tell policy of the military. And that's fine. But with trans, that's causing problems. And it's making people very uncomfortable. So is this pronoun thing. Let me tell you this other story. So I was working with this company to potentially get a mentor to help me. And they put me in touch with this woman in New York who ran a marketing firm. And we had a 1-hour call to kind of see if we're going to work together. And it seemed like 90% that we were going to work together, and she was going to help with the marketing for breakdiving and for my YouTube channel and all that stuff. And then I said, oh, do you have any kids? She said, yeah, because she said she was married. I just thought I'd get to know her a little bit. And this was towards the end. And I said, oh, do you have any kids? And he said, yeah. I said, oh, is it a boy or a girl? Is it a he or she? She went, oh, it's a they. I'm like, it was the first time I ever actually experienced it in the real world. I was just taught, I've never met anyone who was the they in my life. It's just reading about it in the news and on YouTube and on X and all that stuff. And I went, oh. I said, well, I refuse to use the word they. No. I said, okay, well, I couldn't even ask a question because I didn't want to say they. So I finally said, what's your child's name? And I think she said, like, I'll just say Mary, because it was a female name. I'm thinking it's Mary, but it's they. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh. I felt uncomfortable immediately. And I'm thinking, okay, this person's a little wacko already. And then I realized, you know what? If this person doesn't know that if she comes on board helping me, she's going to help somebody who is very conservative and espouses conservative principles and likes Trump. So I said to her on there, I said, hey, look, as a courtesy to you, I just want you to know I'm a huge Trump supporter and I voted for Trump. And you run a marketing firm and eventually you were going to find that out. And I don't want that to interfere with our relationship if that's a problem. And long story short, she ended up not working with me. And she didn't write back to me. I wrote a letter to her and CC'd the company and just wanted to say hi. Despite our differences, I just wanted to say thank you for the hour you spent with me. And, I look forward to using some of the techniques you provided. I wish you a happy, Merry Christmas to you and your family. And blah, blah. She didn't even respond. Like, that's how messed up these people are. That's so rude. I did not disrespect her in any way, shape, or form. And I gave her the courtesy of letting her know that she was helping a Trump supporter, because if she helps my YouTube channel, she's going to help promote this what I do here. And I gave her a beautiful Christmas message and said, despite our differences, thank you so much. Didn't even respond. So at this point, I give her a big middle finger, because that's how narrow-minded she is. I was still willing to work with her. Nah, she's not busy. No way. No, she should have gotten that already. It's been like a week. And don't be closed-minded to people. I find the most closed-minded people are the people on the left. Here I am, a big Trump supporter. I know that she voted for Kamala. I know that she and I have completely different political ideas. I was still willing to work with her because I didn't care. All I wanted was to get some mentorship and marketing advice to help push things forward with my companies. And even though I didn't have any problem that she didn't want to work with me, the fact that she didn't even get back to me. Yeah, 1983, you could be right, but I don't think so. Topher says you're brilliant. Thank you, Topher. Oh, and going back to 1983 about the trans folks, if you're not in the military, you have no idea what we deal with in the military. We don't want to be around uncomfortable people. And I'm sorry, but a trans person makes people uncomfortable. You especially in a military environment. Are you a guy? Are you a girl? There is no place for that question to even come up in the military. You want to know, it's black and white. Is this person the enemy or not? Do we kill this person or not? I'm not talking about trans people. I'm talking about the enemy. I do not want to be wondering all the time, is this person a guy or a girl? Not only that, but you're in close quarters. Like I said, if you're a gay man and you're in the same barracks as a straight guy, it's fine. And the policy is that's just the same with anyone. Don't make unwanted advances against anyone. That applies to heterosexuals as well. But now with trans, it's like, and here's the other thing, look, and a lot of people say, well, no, that shouldn't matter. You should get over your feelings of being uncomfortable. Look who we're talking about. 90% of the people in the military are probably conservative. And 90% of the people in the military, probably 95%, are straight. Why are you going to make everybody feel uncomfortable just to appease the left woke mob? I personally don't think transgender should be in the military. If they are, and maybe they will be, and maybe it's fine, just like there was a big argument 40 years ago or whatever about should gays be in the military. And at first it was a big hubbub, and it turned out to be fine and hasn't caused any problems. Maybe that will be the same thing with transgender, but the problem is these transgender pre-op people are trying to get operations paid. No way should American taxpayer money be being paid to change your sex. That is an elective surgery. And I don't care what people are saying about how it's gender affirming care. This is supporting them. This is making them feel good in their bodies. No, making them feel good in their bodies would be reminding them that you are God's child and the way you were born is who you are. And there are all the folks that are pushing the trans movement, none of them talk about the detrans movement. There is another movement talking about showing the dangers of this transitioning movement because it causes more irreparable psychological harm than staying your same sex and becoming comfortable in that. And if you just look on YouTube, you'll find many videos of people, guys and girls, who've changed their sex, and then they decided, I made a grave mistake. It's too late. They can't change back. They've already caused hormonal damage. They can't have children anymore. I think the trans thing is very different than the gay issue in the military. I think they are different issues. All right. Topher says, no, I don't think she's busy with marketing. No, because she was very prompt in her responses up until that point, and then boom, just stopped. And I know that's good because after I sent the email, I got an email from the organization that was putting us together, and they had she had gotten in touch with them, but she never responded to my email. So I know she got the email and just didn't respond to me. By the way, Topher, I don't know if you know, I can put you in touch with this company. Right now I don't have a great track record with them. But let's see, they said after the holidays, they're going to try to find me another mentor. So we will see. We will see what happens with that. Anyway, as a summary of what I was saying before is the main topic before I got into the political stuff was your time is not your most valuable asset. It's the focus of your time. Your attention is more important than your time because you could have 5 hours free, but if you spend all 5 hours just wasting your time doing nothing, then how valuable were those 5 hours? And it's kind of helping me realize I always like to think of myself as I'm a valuable person and my time is important. Well, if my time really is important, shouldn't I be spending more of it being productive and less of it being lazy? Think about that for yourself too. All of us like to believe that our time is valuable. So if your time really is valuable, why are you squandering it doing things that are not leading you towards your goal? Now, last night I went to a movie with my mom. That was great. It was Homestead, which was a very interesting movie, but I'll warn you up front. It's the first part of multiple, it's part one of maybe part 2 and 3. The ending leaves you wanting more. And unfortunately, got to wait till the next part of the movie. V says, imagine having SRS becoming 100% depending on a drug company for your estrogen or testosterone for the rest of your life. But I'm not knocking trans. I'm just saying you got to think. I don't. It's the same thing with the movement of. I'm trying to say this. I'm still concerned about what words I can and can't say that are going to cause problems. The stop a pregnancy movement. Let's call it that. We'll call it the SAP movement, the SAP, or STP. That's better. Stop the pregnancy. The STP movement. You go to a place like Planned Parenthood, all they tell you is all the benefits of STP. They don't tell you of any of the psychological harm that comes from giving up the baby. And how so many women have regretted being pressured into doing it, thinking that it's the right thing to do when no one gave them the other side. So the same thing. So with the trans movement, if they want to do it, fine. But again, with the abortion, I don't think they should. I just use the word. If they want to change their sex, fine. But I think there should be some obligation of informed consent. Do you recognize that you are causing irreparable harm to your body? Do you recognize that whatever emotional relief you think you will get from this could have the opposite effect and create even more emotional devastation? But they don't do that. You should have to watch like 10 videos from detransitioners before you do it so that you do some research. 1983 says, what's more important, your time or your health? Well, what's the point of being healthy if you don't do anything valuable with your time? Like my health, I guess you could say, is I'm in pretty good health, but who cares if I'm completely lazy and I'm not using the health for productive purposes? So I kind of see it's the chicken or the egg. You know, if you don't have good health, then you're not going to have the free time that you need to do things. But if your time is so stressfully used and whatnot that it could potentially impact your health. So, and what's up, Nightmare? How are you? Nice to see you again. By the way, Bougie gave me a bunch of, I think you're a YouTuber too, right, Nightmare? Let me just check something. And I'm not sure if you are or not. But anyway, on my X account, Bougie and I have been talking back and forth on a thread on his wall, or whatever you call it, about YouTube and the algorithm, stuff like that. If any of you are interested in reading that, you can go to Bougie's thing or go to mine and look at my replies. I'm doing all right. I'm very sad about what happened in New York today in the subway system. It's very scary. And yeah, I'm still picturing it and just thinking that could have been me. That could have been one of you. And like whoever it is, like find like you let somebody's mother or daughter or sister brother like find out she died burning to death because of some scumbag. Piece of S. I think his punishment should be to be burned. Like why should this person get to go through the justice system? I mean, it is just horrible. absolutely just horrible. Yeah, the coat hanger movement. Unfortunately, 1983 life, you're right about that. V said, I should know. If you're looking for someone to interview, I detransition. V, is that true? Or are you joking? Is that for real? Wow, so you're V, 100%. If that is something that you went through, I would love to talk about it with you with all due respect and with nothing but inquisitive questions and a dialogue. I love having you on just as you in general. But if that's a topic that we could talk about together and you have something to share, my gosh, I didn't think I knew somebody who had been through that. So V, you let me know. Nightmare used to be on a different channel. 1983. What happened in the subway? A crazy guy from Guatemala threw a match on a woman and she ignited and burned to death live in front of all these people. I hope it's the wake up call. I hope it changes New York's laws. I hope it changes everything. I'm going to be talking about this, I think, for a long time because I don't wish that on my worst enemy. I guess for that reason, I don't wish it on the guy who did it. Maybe I should forgive him, as Jesus would do. Maybe I should recognize that he's mentally insane, but that person should be in a insane asylum for the rest of his life. But again, why are we even keeping this person alive? Why does this person deserve to stay alive in a mental institution? I don't understand. I don't know why New York's death penalty is gone. I don't know why the death penalty in a lot of states is gone. Some crimes deserve, and granted, it should be like the death penalty should be not beyond a reasonable doubt. It should be guilty with 100% certainty. I think everybody could support death penalty with if the person is guilty with 100% certainty of doing this to this woman. I think the death penalty is warranted. Absolutely. Of course, our Constitution in the United States does not allow for cruel and unusual punishment. But at the same time, look at Singapore. Crime is so low there because nobody wants to get caught committing crimes. V says 100% true. I have photos. V, super, super fascinating. And I would love to jump into a discussion with you about that. It would help me to understand it more. I think it would help our viewers watch it more. And maybe we can help somebody else. Again, as I said, I don't care. If you want to do it, fine. But I think at least we can provide a public service to let people know these are all the pros and cons from somebody who has done it. Let me share that with you, that experience with you, so maybe you can move forward and at least not being impulsive or being bullied to do something. And that's what I kind of feel that movement is. They're bullying. They're bullying all of these women's volleyball players to do what they demand. They're bullying everybody to accept trans as if it's just normal. It is not normal. If you want to do it, that's fine. But I mean, the very fact that there's such a small percentage of the population who have any desire to even transition and change genders shows you that it is not a normal thing. I can understand if 40% of the population wanted to change sexes, then maybe we've got a big issue on our hands that needs to be addressed. But it's not a big issue, and I think we're bullying people into believing that they need to change their sex. No, you're beautiful the way you are, and you're wonderful the way you are. So Yeah, let me see. What happened? I got a notification as soon as you said something. I muted my notifications. I got it. I have no idea what you mean by that 1983, but Nightmare says, I need to go to bed because I have work tomorrow. Have a good day, Nightmare. Jamie says, I echo what Jamie says, V, you're endlessly fascinating. That is true. And, and V, you're a YouTuber myself. You're a YouTuber like myself. What makes me unique as a YouTuber, even though I'm not a huge YouTuber, but I know that what's working is for me being myself. V, if you want something that's going to differentiate you from all the other channels, is be yourself as well. Maybe that's something to be more public about. Maybe start by coming onto my live stream as a guest, and then maybe transition into talking about the same topic on your live streams. Not as the be all and end all, but if you become known as somebody who did that, given that this movement is the zeitgeist of our times, one of the zeitgeist of our times, that would be very. I think you'd get a very interesting. You'd have a bunch of people who would want to watch and listen and learn from someone who has gone through what you've gone through, because you are. The amount of the population, the amount of the population that is transgender is minuscule. The amount of transgenders who have actually transitioned, I think, is even more minuscule. So you are among a very small number of people, and I think it'd be very fascinating. So, and V, that's I think you can make that clear too. I mean, I'm just throwing ideas out. I mean, maybe it's not something you want to be a part of your channel, but it's not about pushing any wrong idea, pushing a right idea. I think it's just sharing a perspective. And again, the what's being pushed right now is that transitioning is the thing to do. And there are no downsides, and let's encourage it. Let's encourage all of our children to have these operations, and let's give our gender affirming care. Let's hear from somebody who did that and then changed back and said, no, I don't want. I think it's just fascinating. So anyway, V, maybe we could talk about it on the live stream, and at least we can talk about it a little bit more. Anyway, I think it's just a fascinating topic. Though at the same time, we went from 10 people watching to now only 2 people because of maybe the topic is not something that's going to appeal to as many people as I think it could. All right. So, okay, final words was just, oh, good, I'm glad you're still here. Really take stock of your time and recognize Parkinson's law number 1, that the more free time you have, potentially the more lazy you will become. And I am a poster child for that, because I have become extremely lazy over these last few months, the more free time that I have. And so I'm actually, not only is my savings dwindling, but I need to go back and get a job, because I need something external in my life that's going to put more time pressure on me, because right now my free time is not precious because I've got so much of it. But when I was at my 2 jobs, when I had free time, it was so precious, and my gosh, I worked like crazy and I got so much done. And I want to get back to that, who that is. The second thing is, stop focusing on all the things you can't control. Focus on the things that you can. And even if you have learned helplessness like I do, the only things you can change are the things that you can change. And the only things you can focus on are the things that you can focus on. So, for example, with this YouTube channel, I could bemoan, and I often do, and I can complain, and I often do. Oh, the algorithm. Oh, where are the live stream viewers? Oh, how do I get more? Hey, what's up, Booge Booge? All right, Booge, let me just finish this topic and then we'll come back. Great to see you, Bougie. Uh, I could focus on all those things, but what difference does it make? As V has said to me too a few times when I'm in my more somber moods, is you can't. There's only one way to guarantee that you don't succeed with anything is to stop. And so, great. What can I focus on? Keep doing live streams. Keep doing music. Keep having cool guests like V and Bougie on board, and try to focus not on your free time, but on maximizing the use of that free time. So Bougie said, algorithm changed 3 days ago and will change a ton of times the rest of this month, but they are good updates. I love how Bougie has all of this inside information. Bougie has all this inside information. For those of you who don't know, Bougie is a very successful YouTube live stream gamer. I had him as a guest on here about a week ago. For both a public stream and a members only stream, shared a lot of information about the algorithm, about him becoming a YouTuber. I learned that being a YouTube gamer is actually a lot more, it's a job. He's a brilliant guy, this guy Bougie. He really understands the algorithm, but apparently because of his success on YouTube, he's got some inside, like how the heck does Bougie know that 3 days ago the algorithm changed? I am Bougie and I know things, but the algorithm changed. He's the ghost of YouTube past, president. Oh, he's the ghost of YouTube future. Algorithm changed about 3 days ago. And they will change a ton of times the rest of this month. But Scrooge, they're good updates. Bougie can smell the algorithm. Bougie can smell the algorithm, Ebenezer Scrooge. Well, hey, you can be my hound dog. So you will sniff out all algorithmic changes on YouTube, Bougie, and you will then report back to me, and I will disseminate them to everyone on my live stream. By the way, Bougie, I just noticed I did it on here. They have this super chat goal thing. Is that brand new? And I just did that today. I said my goal was to get 5 super chats of any value, and then I would play my new song. And I did that. And it worked. I got 5 super chats. It was really cool. And that's where I got $8. Yeah, no, Bougie, I already see those. I saw those on my other channel. Now, isn't that weird? My other channel, Breakdiving, which has 640 subscribers, it has that already where people can click blank say hi. Why would they release that to my unmonetized channel with 650 subscribers, but they're not releasing it to me monetized with 4,500? Bougie says they added the super chat goal about a month ago, but they don't show up for mobile viewers. Well, Jamie, did that super chat goal show up to you here on this mobile stream? Because Jamie was one of the ones who gave those 5 super chats. I'm curious if there's something that Jamie saw. And Bougie, since you can sniff out the algorithm, why does YouTube keep creating all of these features for desktop when the only way people get new viewers is through vertical mobile live stream? It doesn't make any sense. It's like you figured they would push the changes to mobile first and then update desktop. Bougie says for analytics, demographics, they do a ton of different types of channels to get a ton of different analytic perspectives. Interesting. Jamie says, no, sir. Oh, so Jamie, so you and Deegan just were super chatting just because I told you that my goal was 5 super chats? That's interesting. Bougie says, I'm on PC, so I can see the super chat goal in the chat because I'm on PC. Oh, so you see the super chat goal because you're watching on your computer. This is fascinating. I mean, having an algorithm sniffing bougie is it's such a wonderful. I mean, I'm so honored. I mean, not many YouTubers have an algorithm sniffing bougie. We call it a ASB for short, but Monroe Mann has an ASB, an algorithm sniffing bougie. Bougie says YouTube is actually closing in on #1 for horizontal streaming because a lot of creators with larger core audiences prefer to do horizontal. And that's the thing. I would love to do some horizontal live streaming. What's the point of doing live streaming? Because I'm not going to have any. Well, actually, you know what? Maybe I would. I mean, it's not like YouTube is sending me new people anymore. Let me just look and see if I got any new subscribers. I doubt it from this live stream. I was at 4,528. Let me see. 4,529. So I got one new subscriber, but there's no way to know if it's from this live stream. And that's the hardest thing now. I don't know. I still don't feel YouTube is doing a very good job for small live streamers like me. I mean, I'm running out of options. I give out my YouTube cards. I did a short last week and I got 35 new subscribers from it, but I haven't seen any of those 35 people on the live stream. So I feel like they're only short subscribers. Yeah, I agree, Bougie. It's only worth doing horizontal streams if you have a large core audience from shorts and long. V says, oh man, if they make streaming software, swipe through. Oh, what do you mean, V? I'm a little confused by what you're saying with that. But I mean, going back to this, I mean, a lot of you guys are maybe watching are small YouTubers like me. What can we do but just focus on what we can focus on? I have an algorithm sniffing bougie, but it's a very, the bougie doesn't live with me and only like he goes out into the woods and does his sniffing. He comes back maybe once. It could be every 3 months, could be every 3 days. Really don't know. All I can do is just keep doing these live streams and hope that I find some new people. Bougie says, I would suggest trying something like setting up a tripod at Costco or something and eat Costco food while talking about your usual topics. Well, for that, I need to get a membership of Costco. Yeah, some of the ones, I mean, I live here in Miami Beach. So, I mean, about 3 weeks ago, I went out into the ocean and I was just walking in the ocean and that did pretty well. And I got a bunch of viewers with that. Doing strange things brings audiences sometimes. Yeah. It's just, it's so, it is frustrating that you have to do strange things. It's like, it's annoying that I can't get noticed. You know what? I did over the summer. I got monetized because I got so many people watching me just doing my normal thing. Billy Bob, Rocco, talking like this, playing guitar, singing. But now I have to go and do strange, weird things because the stuff that, like, the reason I got monetized was me being myself. Now I have to go out and seek out weird things. Granted, go eating at Costco and talking about normal things is not weird. But I don't understand why what got me monetized is not keeping me getting new fans. But as I said, I do appreciate that great counsel. And I will try to do some more things outside or doing some useful. One thing that sometimes gets more views are the guests. Not always. But I think if they swipe through and they see two people talking, that does help to, I think, engage people. Go, oh, look, there are two people here. Let me stop for a second and watch. Bougie says, also a really big thing is, like I said on Twitter, the audience number is highly bloated because many people just swipe, but since YouTube constantly pushes, the view number stays constant. And but that doesn't make sense though, because I mean, some of those live streams before, like during the election, I had like 60 people watching. And I mean, the chat was going pretty wild. I really think that there were, even though it was staying 60 steady, I think there were 60 steady people watching. Yeah, but also doesn't make sense because I used to get massive numbers of subscribers. And now I used to get 300 to 400 a month. Now I get 50 to 100 a month. So the whole thing is just bonkers. Yeah, Jamie, Bougie, Jamie's right. It used to be the case where the running gag was Monroe Mann is always 30 minutes behind on the chat because there were hundreds, and they were not spam messages. They were people talking to me, talking to everybody else. I mean, my chat rate was through the roof. It was like 20, or I mean, massive. Now I very rarely get behind on the chat, or if I do, it's only like 3 minutes worth. And the view count goes from 50 to 20, 30, meaning. Well, I don't know, Bougie. It used to be like some of my live stream. Now my live streams get 100 to 300 views pretty consistently. Over the summer, I would consistently get 1,000 to 7,000 views per live stream. and the concurrent viewers were, again, I can understand if the number were up at 50, but there were only 3 people chatting. It was like 50 and there were 50 people chatting. I mean, that's why I got really frustrated, because I was really on the path to becoming like a real professional, awesome, making a living from this YouTuber. And then it just crashed in early September. Forcing those people swiping to keep seeing you in their feed. I'm not sure if I understand correctly. Does someone understand or explain what I'm not getting? But anyway, I mean, by the way, for any of you guys who are wondering, you just joined, it looks like there's 8 people here suddenly. Talking to Bougie in the chat. He's a prolific YouTuber, very successful, massive number of subscribers, and I call him my algorithm sniffing Bougie, because he's got some inside information about how the algorithm changes, and he comes and shares that with me and my fans every once in a while, and we appreciate that. So what do we have to do, though, in summary? Just focus on what you can focus on. And I could focus on doing some different things, like with YouTube, but also focus on what's worked before. I mean, I'm still having fun. I thank you very much, Jamie, for that lovely, what was it, a purple bowl or something? I appreciate that. Jamie, why did you just randomly decide to send that after an hour and a half? Bougie says, basically, let's say what's up, Mumford and Sons? Let's say there were 100 view count. On shorts, it used to be only like 50 to 70 watching and 50 to 30 that are staying for a few seconds, swiping, and YouTube recommends you immediately to 50 to 30 more. Yeah, that's what it used to be. And I like that, because that's how I got fans. Every one of the people who was in this chat, 95, I said everybody, I want to say 90%, everybody's here is here because of what happened over the summer and the early fall. Because of that old algorithm that really was promoting me. Now, all I see in the live chat are people who I know. There's no one who's saying, hello, who are you, how are you, and things like that. Eventually, people getting suggested your stream and swiping will stop getting recommended. It was a Sunday. Oh, a yummy Sunday. Sunday, yummy Sunday. Why didn't Weird Al Yankovic do a version of that and call it Sunday, yummy Sunday? I went to Dairy Queen today. I saw an ice cream and I said I need to have one right away. I asked to put some sprinkles on. Bum, 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 bum. And I said, baby, this party's going on. Sunday, yummy Sunday. I haven't done an improv music thing in a while. Yeah, that does make sense, Bougie. And I preferred that algorithm 100%. Look at this. Like, no, and that's the other thing too, Bougie. I think we talked about that when you were on the live stream here. I love it when Bougie comes on, all we start talking about is algorithm. Good sniffing algorithm, Bougie. I'll do live stream. Here's another thing too. I don't understand this why. My breakdiving channel, when I go live, within 2 minutes, there are about 10 to 20 people, brand new people who come in and they start talking immediately. Going, hi, I'm from India, where are you? Hey, I'm in Japan, where are you? Blah, 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 blah. When I start doing a live stream on this channel, I never get new people saying hello anymore. And it's so sad. It used to be so fun because it was always a party in here. And now it's just a gathering of friends. Now that's a #1 hit. Thanks, Jamie. Bougie says, no, the algorithm is still the same. I just mean if they're instantly swiping, then it stops recommending your stream to them, making YouTube recommend your stream to less people in general. That aspect of the algorithm hasn't changed. That's because those that live stream hasn't expended those people that swipe right away, making you get recommended. Maybe I don't understand because you're telling me the algorithm hasn't changed, but it has changed. Because of course, Donald Trump, I'm your biggest fan. It's good to have you here. Yeah, but Bouge, if the algorithm hasn't changed, then why are there only 6 people here? And why is it only recommending, the algorithm I feel like is only recommending my stream to returning viewers and to people who have seen me before. It is not recommending me to new people. And I think that's the saddest part about this whole thing is that how can the channel grow financially? And I'm sure it's with your channel as well. The same people typically give the financial support. I mean, one of the biggest supporters here is Jamie, who she gave a super chat on this live stream. She gave a couple of the gifts. I appreciate Jamie greatly and stuff, but I can't expect Jamie to be my one sole benefactor and support me with $4,000 a month. Though Jamie, I'm not turning that down if you want to. But I need to get new fans who actually have who are super fans and who actually want to support me with money. And I haven't seen like any new people like that in months. And so that's very frustrating. Bougie says, for me, it's mainly the new people that give money, almost never the regulars. That's funny, Bougie. That's hilarious. Because yeah, with me, I find it's as people get to know me, they want to support my channel and support me and try to make me a professional YouTuber, full-timer. Jamie's laughing. Jamie says, if I had it, I'd super chat it. Thanks, Jamie. Well, no, Jamie, you need to get a third job. You need to set your priorities straight. You need to summarize today's live stream, your attention, Jamie, needs to be focused on doubling your income and giving me half of that doubling. I am the ghost of Jamie's future. You will super chat me Ebenezer Scrooge. My lips kind of look like Goofy, don't they? Ebenezer Scrooge. Is that you, Marley? Jamie says, I'll stop sleeping and start listing more on eBay. That's right. You get to that, Jamie. Bougie says, imagine this. There is a pool of people to recommend your stream to. 80% of those people will immediately swipe away. YouTube after recommended you to those people a few times. Then imagine these people leave the pool. Oh, well, that's interesting. But Bougie, I get that. But there are hundreds of millions of people on YouTube. YouTube is not suggesting me to even a fraction of those many people. If YouTube recommended me to 1 million people, I guarantee you 20,000 of them will subscribe to my channel and become my fan and love what I do. I also feel that the YouTube algorithm is suggesting me to people who are never going to become fans. Why doesn't YouTube suggest me to people who like music? When I'm playing music, suggest me to music people. When I'm doing comedy, suggest me to comedy people. So now your pool has lost 80% of its people and your pool is 80% smaller. Then at some point of many of the 20% left don't watch every stream it recommended them less. And now you're stuck in an absolute rut. But your streams target an older audience and there's a lot less of that kind of people on short scrolling. Okay, yeah, I understand. I understand. So then what's the solution? How do you get out of the rut? How do I get out of the rut of... I still don't believe YouTube is suggesting you to as many people as it should. Oh, he's getting to the solution. Ladies and gentlemen, he's getting to the solution. Oh, guys, Bougie has never been put into the freezer. And I don't want to get to the solution while my bladder is full. So I'm going to the restroom, which means we're going into the freezer. You guys let Bougie know what it's like. Make sure he knows exactly what's going on. So he doesn't get freaked out as I'm getting put into the freezer. All right. Freezer time. Yeah. Here we go. I'll be right back. Don't go away. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. I love it. When I went into the freezer, there were 4 people. Come back, there were 5. Okay. Let me see. He says start a new channel. Well, yeah, Julie, that's what I'm doing with Bougie right now. I'm networking with him. I'm glad that he's become a internet friend, YouTube friend of a colleague, and he's helping me now and trying to learn from someone who's farther along than I am. Fran cannot move and blind. Bougie says you need to make the algorithm think you're doing something different and worth recommending your content to those people that left your hypothetical pool. Okay, that's interesting, Bougie. You're making sense now. The question is, how does the YouTube know that I'm doing something different? You're saying, but it's the people who are watching that know that it's something different. Is that why, like, when I went out onto the street with Billy Bob and I was talking to people, I had more people on the stream? I'm gonna screenshot that because I like that. That makes sense. Putting the 80% that left back in the pool. Interesting. Yeah, this is starting to make some sense. Because if the YouTube algorithm thinks that you're just doing the exact same thing, they're not going to recommend you to those same people who swiped away 3 times the last time YouTube recommended it. But if suddenly you're doing something new that seems to have more staying power, because fewer people are swiping away, the algorithm will think, oh, this guy is doing something different. Let me introduce it to those same people who swiped away before. Did I get it correct? Your content doesn't need to be different, it just needs to appear to the algorithm different. Fascinating. Monroe Mann, the welding channel. You're gonna come on one day, and, you're gonna see me with a blowtorch and a helmet. Hey guys, today we're gonna be welding together some metal, some heavy metal. It doesn't even need to have less people swiping away. It just needs to have something that YouTube does not see, something that has been swiped away from by these people. It's like it's as if I totally get it and I totally don't get it, but I get it. Yeah. So, let me ask you this, Bougie. My sniffing algorithm, Bougie. Does the AI, I mean, AI is a big part of our world now. Does YouTube look at the actual, does it listen to what is being said or what's on the video and feed that to the algorithm? Yeah, that's a good question from Julie. Like, do keywords help in the title and the description at all? Do hashtags work? But that's the thing, Bougie. On one hand, like, I was talking to this guy. I'm in this YouTube boot camp for memberships offered by YouTube. And the guy that runs it, Alex, said, because I said, am I getting shadow banned because maybe I talk about these political topics and that's why I don't have as many recommendations? And he said, let me tell you, there is no shadow banning whatsoever at YouTube. I don't know if he's the be all and end all authority, but do you believe that as well? Jamie says, could it be as easy as a title change? Simulation says, I have an advice for the other content. You can give reviews on books. You've read a lot. Video should be crisp and short and make shorts of it later. I tried doing that. I did a live stream where I was reading from different excerpts from books that I'm reading and trying to giving my thoughts on them. But I mean, yeah, simulation, great to see you. I mean, I got a million books here that I'm working on here. I could potentially do live streams about that and make. Bougie says title matters, category matters. What do you mean by category? Like the category of my channel? Because I think I'm listed as like a personality now. B says, would they tell you if there was a shadow banning? No, but that doesn't mean it is true. The AI does delete certain channels for no reason as well as comments. The stream category. Do you think I should change my stream category? Bouge? Simulation, are you the guy in India or the one in the Netherlands? I forget where you live. Bougie says, I wouldn't talk about the topic on stream personally, the one that V mentioned. Interesting. Oh, Bougie, you were watching for a little while. Like you think having him as a guest talking about that would not be like, why? No, the message that V said would. Oh, you're saying I shouldn't talk about that? Oh, so the SB. Why? But that's the question. Like, why? Why is that an issue? Um, but I think that it gives me something very interesting to think about, Bougie, in terms of tricking the algorithm into thinking that you're doing something different. But let me ask you this. Shorter titles too. Interesting. Mm. Um, Shorter titles don't use these two. I still don't understand here. Like, look, the other day, I did one, like my biggest live stream in the last few weeks. I think a few weeks ago, it was very cold here. It was around 52 degrees with wind chill. It was something like 44. And I had a hat on. I had my jacket, and I'm in Miami Beach. And I just put Monroe Mann freezing in Miami Beach. That was the title. And I went out, and literally that live stream, I think, got about 2,000 views. How and why did YouTube think that the algorithm, that was a different live stream that deserved to be promoted more? What actually happened? Is it because more people, when they saw it, they stopped swiping? It's like, did Luigi Mann do it? The title, most likely. The title. So you think that the title helps determine whether it gets promoted? Are you sure about that, or are you just speculating? Because that's a... Because I'm trying to think, like, what one of my biggest live streams was when Donald Trump had someone try to take his life. And I did a live stream about that, and that was in the title. I'm trying to find out is it the title that, like, why does a title help? Because the algorithm promotes it more, or more people, when they're searching for it, find the live stream? Simulation. What I understand from YouTube is that YouTube promotes emotional topic names and cringeworthy thumbnails. That works, but don't do it. Bougie, please help in that. It was more simple, clickable, and people might think, is he actually freezing? Also, I'm just speculating. Okay. Both. YouTube knows if your title is good. Interesting. I love how we talk about YouTube as if it's like this all-knowing oracle, as if it's a real person. YouTube knows. Ebenezer YouTube. Is that you, Ebenezer algorithm? YouTube knows if your title is good. Huh. YouTube knows if your title is good. That's something interesting as well. Bougie, do you think you think that's a negative then, the fact that I always put, like whenever I'm really talking, I'll do something like Monroe Mann explains it all, and then in parentheses, I put the topics. Do you think the fact that it's the same title every time, that might hurt me? That it always says Monroe Mann explains it all, Billy Bob explains it all? I don't know. It's a very good. You try reading Grokking Algorithm's book. There's a book called Grokking Algorithm. It's just the algorithm that's biased something, so whoever follows it will work for them. I mean, this is all so complicated, guys. It's so. And you know, the other thing that's frustrating, I think many of you relate. I know V, you relate. I keep getting more and more subscribers. I just got my weekly update, and it said you've got something like 15 subscribers last week. Or, well, where the heck are they? I keep getting new subscribers, but I don't see new people in the live streams. So where are these people? Simulation is new, but Simulation, he did not find me through this live stream. He found me through the breakdiving one, because YouTube regularly sends new people to the breakdiving one. It's not sending people here to this one. If the stream works really well, copy the title. If it doesn't work, change it next time. Well, I don't know. That's the whole thing, Bougie. Like Billy Bob explains it all. Used to, like, if I just put Billy Bob explains it all, no matter what, boom, it used to be 30 to 100 people on every live stream. Now does nothing. And so it's sort of like, and that's what's so frustrating, is you find something that works and then it no longer works anymore. Oh, interesting. Interesting. I was just not putting Monroe Mann. You know, the only reason why I did that is because I wanted to make it clear to my fans who's hosting each one. Because sometimes it's me, sometimes it's Billy Bob, sometimes it's Rocco Tribbiani, sometimes it's Timothy Hilford. And so I wanted to put in the title which character or which personality is hosting. And but that's interesting. Maybe I should put the name of the character at the end and put the title up front. Something like, so, New York subway burning, and then in parentheses, New York attorney explains, something like that. Bougie says usually titles work for a while, then die. Don't use it for a while, then use it again in a month or so. It's all, put Monroe Mann explains it or whatever at the end, or just make it a mystery, because I always think shorter titles work better. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I will experiment with. Well, what about like today's live stream? I had many different topics. I talked about this book, 10 times is easier than 2 times, and what's up, Stan Sethi? Mrs. Rubot sent you over. Mrs. Reboot sent you over. Well, guess what? You get to go on my superboard. I don't have anything as fancy or as technologically advanced as Mr. Reboot, but I do have my superboard here, and you are number 56 today. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Stan, what did Mrs. Reboot say that sent you over? Stan Sethley, $2. And I'd certainly love you to subscribe, Stan. Thank you for the support. We're having a chat right now, Stan, with Bougie, who's another super YouTuber like Mr. Reboot. And he has some insight on the YouTube algorithm. And so we're just finishing up this live stream talking about that. So just have the title. So Simulation says, NYC subway burning explains Billy Bob. Oh, that could be, yeah. Maybe I'll put that at the end. And Bougie says, I mean, I will put the title World Record Attempt Santris, and then 30 minutes in, I don't play it for the rest of the stream. And sometimes people say, this isn't Sand Tetris, but usually it doesn't. Bougie, you're a sneaky one. You're a sneaky one. Well, that's very interesting. Well, thank you so much, Stan. And yeah, we're if everything goes well after the holidays in the new year, first or second week of January, Mr. Reboot's going to be a guest on my channel. So if you do subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications, you'll get a notification when Mr. Reboot is here. Bougie says, most people don't care about the title, and those that do only want a catchy title. It doesn't have to be accurate. But here's the other thing, though, Bougie, though. Where are most of the new live stream viewers finding me then? If it's just through the Shorts feed, the title doesn't, oh, I'm starting to get it. Maybe the shorter, more succinct title is going to inspire the algorithm to show my live stream to more people in the Shorts feed. At that point, when they see the live stream, the title doesn't matter because they're just swiping. The visual itself, the content needs to be enough to keep somebody from swiping away. That's interesting. Well, Bougie says, Shorts feed, they do see the title before clicking on the stream. Maybe I need to go back and look at the Shorts feed a little bit more and see how that works. Stan, by the way, can you tell me, and everybody would love to know who you are, where you're from, and how did you find Mr. Reboot's channel? What is it that you love about Mr. Reboot's channel? I'm a fan because, well, I want to hear what you have to say too. And, where do you live? And do you find what we're talking about of any interest? But just so you know, Stan, we do lots of stuff on here. I do motivation. I help people with marketing, with YouTube. I have my guitar. I sing songs, my originals, cover songs. I have comedy characters named Billy Bob, Rocco Tribbiani, Timothy Hilford, and they give their take on current events and things like that. So it's a big smorgasbord of a variety channel. Bougie says, it says Monroe Mann is streaming under that title, under that join live stream. Oh, so Billy Bob Explains It All may not get people necessarily into, or maybe that's why Billy Bob Explains It All worked as a title, but like Timothy Hilford Explains It All doesn't get as many people because Timothy Hilford sounds like a normal person. That's a real person's name. Billy Bob sounds like this person's a little crazy. It also shows the view count right above the join live button. Simulation says people change the title and thumbnail after 12 hours to make the video look new. That's interesting. I mean, gosh, this is all so fascinating, isn't it, guys? Just trying to figure this craziness out. Stan Sethley, I found Mr. Reboot by just doom scrolling. I like him because he brings back a lot of the nostalgia from my school days. I love that. The thing that I love about him, too, is he's inspiring. I love his production value. I love his soothing, his silky smooth voice. It's super, like I just sit there and I can just listen to him talk. And I mean, Mrs. Reboot and Mr. Reboot, they say that my voice is inspiring and motivating and got so much energy. His is like, and then we're going to be doing this. And then if you move this over here, great, we're going to be playing, cahoots. That's right. Hey, good job over there. And I say that with respect to him because it's a soothing voice. I think he could do very well by just talking. He could have ASMR with just his voice. You're from the USA in Georgia. Cool. I'm in Miami Beach, Florida, originally from New York and Maine. So everybody say hi to Stan Sethley. He's a great new addition to the team. Yeah. I just don't know. Like, I can't imagine what I could possibly do that would get me up to the craziness that I had before. I mean, it would be so nice to have 50 people in the live stream again, or 100 people. I mean, I really felt like I felt like I was back. As many of you guys know, I mean, I used to be a public speaker and get flown around the country and paid to speak. I used to be on TV talk shows. I was on CNBC, I was on Fox, I was on ABC News, I was on CNN. And like so many times I thought that I was on the top, but everything would just crash and burn. And then finding YouTube Live over the summer, I thought, oh my gosh, I'm back. Vindication is mine. I'm finally gonna soar. And then September 1st, I'm soaring, 100 people, then boom. And it's so tough to just be back to 5 to 10 people watching the live streams, and very, very frustrating. Bougie says, I have a stream idea to get you out of the rut. I'm listening. Stream title, Kahoot stream. And play Kahoot with a laptop facing the camera for them to see the Kahoot screen on stream with topics that either are generic or relate to your content. Then switch to your normal stream. That's fascinating. So basically, I would put it on the tripod and just face it like this at the computer screen and play Kahoots. Oh my gosh, I was thinking I could do a USA Today crossword puzzle as well. And we could do the crossword puzzle together. I could do that on the breakdiving stream as well. Then don't end the stream and just go, okay, guys, all right, guys, hey, my name is Monroe Mann, and now we're going to play some of my music. And then play some of my music. You could have your laptop on your lap looking at the stream. My laptop on my lap, but who's looking at the screen? Then it's your face and Kahoot. I'm sorry. I'm a smart guy, but sometimes I'm really stupid. You could have laptop. So which camera am I using? Am I using the camera facing me like this? So this is, or am I using the other camera? The laptop screen. It's almost like Bougie is the special guest, but he's being the special guest from as a viewer. It would be so much easier if you. I wish you could add somebody as a guest after the stream starts. That's another thing I wish YouTube would allow me to do. All right, the laptop screen in facing the camera on your lap. Wait. The phone looking at you and the laptop. The laptop is just flipped to face the phone. But if the laptop is flipped to face the phone, how am I going to read it? I can't believe I just got a like. We just got 20 likes, which means, yay, we got the gold medal on the YouTube live stream Olympics. Just lean to read it. Oh. So you're saying like this. This is the laptop screen, and it's facing you. And then I have to go like this to read it? Is that what you're saying? Hey, we're playing Kahoots. Bump-a-da-bump, 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 bump-a-da-bump. Okay, by the way, I don't even know what Kahoots is. I don't even know the guy. I just see Mr. Reboot playing it, and I don't even know how it works, but I guess I will look into that. Interesting. Now, do you think it could also work with a crossword puzzle? Or is that too esoteric that it would not work? Stan says the majority of YouTube live stream viewers are younger. In my unprofessional opinion, to maintain viewers watch them, you need to some sort of attention grab. Stan, you know what? It's weird because the demographic, when I look on YouTube Live Studio, the demographic of my viewers, it's even across the board. Like 0 to 20 years old, 20%, 20 to 35 years old, 20%, 35 to 50 years old, 20%, 50 to 70 year old, 20%. I don't know if crossword is popular. I would highly suggest Blooklet instead of Kahoot, but Kahoot is pretty. I'm just taking screenshots of this. Okay. That is interesting. Yeah, I'm going to have to. Oh, Bougie, while you're here, by the way, if any of you have any YouTube questions for Bougie, who is a superstar, now's your opportunity to ask. He's a really great guy and very friendly and supportive of fellow YouTubers. Oh, look at that. So at least, hey, I can do it for my fans too, Jamie and Julie. Maybe that's something that would work. I do that with break diving all the time. Not on the break diving live streams, on break diving Zoom with members, and we do the crossword puzzle. I never thought of like, let's do it. Let me do it together with on YouTube. Maybe a whole bunch of different word games can be done together. But Bougie, I wanted to ask, everyone keeps telling me I should do reaction videos. But I really don't want to go through all of the software and all the mumbo jumbo. I'm tired of editing. I've done my filmmaker days, and I'm not interested anymore. I'm wondering if I could do reaction videos by just switching back. Like here's my laptop or my iPad, and we watch a little bit of it. I pause it, and then go, all right, hey, this blah 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 blah, and then we go back and do this, and going back. My concern is I don't know how. Again, I'm an entertainment attorney, and I understand copyright law, and you have to transform something to avoid a copyright strike and a copyright lawsuit. I'm not sure with reaction videos how much of the video can you show on a reaction video without it causing legal problems. Let's see. And the Kahoot has to be the whole stream. It just doesn't have to be the whole thing, just to get back into the algorithm. I'm loving this concept, Bougie, of you have to get back into the algorithm. Somebody shared with me, this guy's got about 50,000 subscribers, and he's a subscriber to my channel. And when I posted the screenshot of my statistics showing the number of returning viewers precipitously dropped after August 31st, he said, because I can see all the effort you're putting in, don't give up. He goes, just keep going forward, keep trying new things, and eventually the YouTube algorithm will find a new audience for you. That gave me inspiration, but I think what you're doing is taking that and giving it some technical backing by saying you need to get back into the algorithm by tricking it into thinking you're doing something different. And essentially you are. Stan says, what I meant is that to chip into the younger and larger demographic, you could merge your content with content the younger demographic lean towards. And this is why Bougie was telling me that I should do gaming. And to be honest, I used to be a huge gamer. I was one of the first people to have a Nintendo, the original Nintendo, the 8-bit Nintendo. The Sega Master System, Genesis, Super Nintendo, all that. I just kind of grew out of it in my older years, but I still like playing Mario Kart and things like that. Maybe that would gather some of the younger audience. I don't know. Stan, I've been YouTubing for 18 years. I was a YouTuber before Google bought it. And many people don't even know that Google didn't create YouTube. And Bougie and Mr. Reboot have been doing it less than a year. And somehow they have magically figured out, either by intent or by dumb luck, doesn't matter, I'm still impressed, how to get, in Bougie's case, more than 300,000 subscribers, and in Mr. Reboot's, nearly 1 million. And I'm still stuck at 4,500 because the algorithm doesn't love me. And I have not figured out how to make it love me. And so I understand what you're saying, Stan, and you're right. I think it might gear towards the younger folks, and I should try to figure out what would appeal to the younger audiences. And Julie, I asked this question too about the thumbnails to Bougie. because my thumbnails are very generic. I have people emailing me all the time, hey, for $50, I will make you a beautiful thumbnail. But I'm thinking $50 and maybe I'll get maybe $2 of ad revenue. That's not worth spending all that money on to create these fancy thumbnails. And reaction is fair use if you react and add your own content to it. Okay, that's great, Bougie. Thank you for sharing that. I watch other channels that do live stream reaction videos. A ton of law tubers do reaction videos. That's funny. They're called law tubers. I got to write that down too and say that, and maybe add that to me. I guess I am a law tuber. I'm a lawyer and I share information about things going on legally. So maybe I'll experiment with some reaction video of some sort. I don't know what to do the reaction videos on. I mean, can I just turn on Fox News and just, or CNN or MSNBC, whatever, and just watch it and react to it as it's being discussed live? And what do we title it? Attorney war veteran reacts to Fox News. Maybe that is interesting. And seeing, Bougie says, getting back in the algorithm is just forcing those people that left your pool back into your pool. Forcing them back into the pool and drowning them in my pool. Oh, no. Stop it, Monroe. Sorry, I got carried away. It's YouTube. You can repost a whole video with a person sitting in the corner silently and not get hit with a strike. I think a reaction stream would be completely fine. Thank you, Stan. Appreciate your input as well. Fantastic. Bougie says, add me on Discord and I'll show you how to make really good thumbnails in 30 minutes. Bougie, there's a link in the description on my channel to my Discord. I don't know if that's easier. I'm not super great at Discord and I don't even know how to add you, but if you click on the link, you could join the Discord for my channel here and you could find out what my Discord name is and you can add me. I know you're the expert here, and so I'm not trying to make more work for you, but I think it would be easier if you found me because I haven't mastered how Discord works yet. Somebody just did something over here. Stan, you're up on the board again. You know the other thing, guys, is I don't know how to make the best use of the memberships. Like I'm giving member first videos all the time, but I'm not sure what else I can do. Stan Sethley. $20 in memberships. Stan, that's amazing. Thank you so much. And by the way, if you're wondering why some of the people have the boxes with the little bow on top, it's because it's Christmas time. So anyone who super chats between now and the end of the year is getting a special little gift by giving the gift to me. I give the gift back to you. So we got $257 or so this month, and I guess it's a little bit higher because of that wonderful $20 gift of memberships. Stan, I appreciate that. Thank you very much for your support. Hey, Clover. And by the way, Bougie, I would love to learn how you make good thumbnails in 30 minutes. I hope the good thumbnails don't take 30 minutes. I hope you're saying it's going to take 30 minutes to teach me how to make really good thumbnails. My issue is I'm trying to figure out if the thumbnail is going to help, I will absolutely, if the thumbnail can double the ad revenue and double the number of people who watch the video and then subscribe to the channel, it's worth working on the thumbnails. But I haven't really found that the thumbnails are doing anything. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they do help. Bougie says reaction streams would be really good, but I wouldn't do reaction videos like that because videos need to keep attention. I can give it a try, right? Like everyone's saying, keep trying new things. I'm going to try something new, and I'll try that. And If the live streams like this, just doing it without the editing, don't work, then maybe I can try some with the editing. Stan says Mr. Reboot has had many other channels that never took off. I've heard that sometimes you just need to make a new channel to get out of the shadow ban. Fascinating, Stan. He's had many other channels that never took off. No way. Wow, if he does end up as a guest on this live stream, that's going to be fascinating to talk about. Very interesting. Pit Maple, hello, g'day. I don't think, hello, Governor. The young give a toss about the news. I disagree with that because a lot of my fans on my channel are younger than 20, many younger than 15, and they love talking about the news with me. And I see them coming on, and they're curious about it. So I have to believe that there are others. But maybe you're right, Pit Maple. Stan something, but Stan, I do have that. The other channel I have is Break Diving, which is my not-for-profit. And as soon as I go live, YouTube starts sending tons of new people who start chatting immediately with me, from India, from Philippines, from USA, wherever. And I'm just like, well, why is YouTube sending new people to this channel with 640 subscribers, but YouTube is sending less people to my monetized channel with nearly 4,500 subscribers? Now that's just bonkers. Julie says, I watch Good Logic, Viva Frey, Uncivil Law, and Law and Lumber. Julie, look at you, you closet law-ophile. Why do you have this fascination with watching law tubers? Again, we found Stan's gifted 5 memberships. We got Outrage Water got a membership. Son of None got one. Only Facts got one. Freeboat got one. And that guy, Jaeger, got one. Huzzah. That's fantastic. Just joined. Awesome. Thanks, Bougie. I'll check that later. Just make fun emojis. That's usually what membership is for. Yeah, I have some fun emojis that I've created, and I think I have to get a certain number of memberships who've been around for a while before I can create more or something like that. Stan Sethi says, that's so cool. Stan says, that's so cool. What's so cool? What's so cool, Stan? I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry that YouTube takes 30%. Yeah. And honestly, I think YouTube takes more than 30% of the gifted memberships. But in the long run, I think it has the potential for me to make more money, because if any of those people who are gifted memberships turn into paying members, that's going to lead to, regular income. And that's what I'm ultimately hoping to do, is to get enough memberships that I have an actual salary, monthly salary from YouTube. And then the super chats and the gifts just become bonuses. Making the thumbnails takes 30 minutes. Changing the thumbnail could help get you back into the algorithm. The thumbnail won't actually get people to click on the stream. I see. The thumbnail get me back. Well, what I've been doing with the live streams is, because it creates this automatic thumbnail automatically when I first create the live stream of just my face using my profile pic. What I do once a week is I go into all those live streams from that week, and I click edit, and I pick one of the 3 automatically generated thumbnails from the actual stream, and I save that. And I don't know if that has an effect, but at least it's like every week, my live streams, all of them have a different thumbnail on them. But I'm not actually putting a name on it or title or this. It's just a picture that YouTube chooses. Pit Maple, it's a numbers game. It's the whole pool thing. The other channel hasn't expended those people in the pool. Bougie, by the way, this guy Bougie, I don't think he even has graduated high school. No, he is. He's a freshman. You're a freshman in college? I mean, what a brilliant guy. This guy is going to be a rock star in whatever he does. And what blows my mind, he's a professional YouTuber. He doesn't even want to be a professional YouTuber he wants to do something else for his career. And it's really, really amazing that we're getting, all of us are getting this incredible advice from an 18-year-old. And as I mentioned, I was age shamed when I was 21 and wrote my first book. And a lot of people poo-pooed me and said this book is blah, 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 blah. And they wouldn't list it. And I ultimately got it into Drama Bookshop, and it became a #1 bestseller there for years. So age is irrelevant. And it doesn't matter that I am older than Bougie. I'll take his advice. And it doesn't matter that he's 18. Awesome. It doesn't matter that I'm 47. Tomorrow I could become a multimillionaire YouTuber. Who knows? Yeah, Jamie. Hey, Jamie's using one of Rocco Tribbiani's little, what do you call those? Emojis. Hey, we got some emojis in the chat here, and I just want to tell you, Jamie, thank you very much. Happy to have you here. Thank you for using them. We got not only one, not only two, but you gave 3 little Mr. Toothbrushes, and that makes me feel very warm in my cockles here. Thank you very much. Simulation, you can do interviews of popular people. I would love to. On X and on YouTube, I've been trying to pitch to Tom Green, Avril Lavigne. I ask so many people. Most people don't get back. I may have to actually start contacting their agents or their publicists, or just keep on doing what I'm doing and eventually getting more and more, prolific and famous people to come on as interview guests. So, I mean, the fact that I had Bougie a week ago, I'm sure that makes Mr. Reboot more comfortable too, knowing that, oh, wow, some other guy who's got more than 100,000 subscribers just went to be interviewed by Monroe. Oh, let me do that. When Mr. Reboot's here, maybe now I've got someone who has 850,000 subs. Maybe now I'll be able to get someone who's got 3 million subs and keep growing. I mean, but I tell you, if I could have an interview with somebody like famous, like Avril Lavigne or Tom Cruise, or, I mean, that would help. That would help the algorithm. Let me see. The present boxes over you can take in the present boxes over the gift boards. Are you talking about the super board? Julie says, many of the law tubers are happy to help you grow your channel. You just have to get to know them, do a bit of networking, and reach out. That's fascinating, Julie. Hey, Julie, can you leave a comment on one of my videos that just lists the name of the law tubers that you follow? Because maybe then I can reach out to them. Bougie says, takes 30% of all donos, including members, but if the person buys members a super chat with Apple Pay, Apple takes 30%, then YouTube takes their 30%. Oh, maybe that's why I was getting very little from the gifted memberships. Fascinating, Bouge. Thank you for that. Thank you for sharing. Clover, how are you? You moved to New Mexico and get in the film industry. Your friend is getting a lot of jobs. It's so fun. Congratulations to you and your friend, Clover. That's fantastic. Hey, Marlon. Long time no see. I'm glad to see you here, too. Other law tubers, laid back law, legal mindset, Runkle of the Bailey. You can make college guides and resources. Sorry if it looks dumb. I think people search it every month. Simulation, I don't think any suggestions that any of you are making are dumb. I mean, the things that look dumb are the things that are getting massive viewers. You know what's funny? I always look to see how many viewers somebody has on these live streams, and I see someone like 200, and I look at the subscribers. I'm like, this person has 2,000 subscribers and there's 300 people watching. I'm thinking, there's something wrong here. If I've got 4,500 and I only have 10 to 20 people, that's crazy. Clover, you're almost famous. That's Monroe Mann, your buddy here. I've been almost famous for the last 35 years. I know I shouldn't say that long. I'd say 25 years. I've been almost famous. Just almost. Dennis, how are you? Welcome back. Viva Frey Law Tubers in Florida now too. Canadian originally. I believe Good Logic is NYC. You know, maybe, do they ever have guests on? Maybe I could become a guest. Maybe you guys could suggest me to them and say, hey, I know this awesome, smaller lawyer who would love to be a guest on your live stream, or maybe I can pitch them to be a guest on my live stream. Oh, yeah, I did download the Streamlabs on my phone, and Stan, have a wonderful night. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you for your wonderful comments and counsel. Thank you for your gifts and your super chat. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas to you, and until next time, I hope you'll become a fan, and we can grow the channel together. Bougie, if I do it on the streaming software on Streamlabs, will it still get pushed to the algorithm? And why is streaming software stream better than mobile stream? Do people think that it's more professional, or does YouTube think it's more professional? Which is kind of ironic, because you think that YouTube would want people going from, it's not better, it's just different. I see, you're just saying just to give that a try. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that someone's son passed away. That's never good news. That's never good news, ladies and gentlemen. Not at all. Let me just check something. I'm gonna see if did I get any new subscribers. We were at 4,529 about an hour ago. Now we're at 4,530. So it looks like I think maybe Stan subscribed. I don't know. Well, this has certainly been enlightening. We have 11 people. Who the heck is here? Who's watching and just lurking? That's what I'd like to know. Because Jamie's talking. Jamie, Julie, that's 1, 2. Bougie is 3. Stan was 4. Clover 5. Dennis 6. Simulation 7. Yeah, who are the other people? Yeah. V is one of the lurkers. Yeah. I have lots of lurkers. Mr. Good Cat is a lurker. And he usually doesn't show up until you call him out for being a lurker. And then Mr. Good Cat sort of just says, "Oh, I'm here. I've been lurking." But you know who I haven't seen is Carly. Kinnear. Haven't seen you in a while. What's going on, Kinnear? But it's weird. Kinnear says it's Kinnear's first time on this live stream. Yet your name looks really familiar. So maybe there's someone else named Kinnear. But anyway, Kinnear, I'm glad you stopped with that lurking. No voyeurs on the Monroe Mann live stream. Remember Barbara Ann? Like the song? Ba 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 Barbara Ann. Ba 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 Barbara Ann. Ba 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 Barbara Ann. Take my hand. Yeah, Bougie. You are giving wonderful suggestions. All of you are. You're having really giving great suggestions, but you particularly, Bougie, for trying what can you do differently. I'm tired. And I hate to let me see, there's got to be something else that we can yap about. Booze, you got any more hints, tips? Let's get physical. You talking about that song? Let's get physical. Bougie doesn't know that song. Bougie's too young. 100% do Kahoot tomorrow, I think. Okay. What do I need to do a Kahoot? Is it expensive? Do I have to pay to have access to the game? Or Blooklet if you can. Blooklet is so much better. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna. You know what? Let me. Oh boy. Let me put this here. No, I'll go to my desk. Wait, 1 second. All right. I'm gonna write down a list of the things we're gonna, based on what you guys are all sharing here. So one is Kahoot or Blookit. Okay, I could try USA Today crossword. Okay. What else we're talking about? Reach out to law tubers. Trick. I'm going to trick the algorithm. Do something different. Bougie, so much I want to get to 200 skydives, because once I do, I can bring a camera. I can use my phone while I'm on the plane, and I gotta think that would be so awesome, where I'm live streaming in the hangar, putting on the equipment, getting ready, then we're going into the plane, and then on the plane ride up, and then we jump out of the airplane together, and we do a live stream. That would be cool, but I only have 62 skydives so far. Title it, do it for 30 minutes to now, then switch to normal broadcasting. Title it something like Play Booklet with Us. All right, so Play Booklet with Us or Kahoot. Okay. Playing booklet with viewers or with viewers. Interesting. Julie says, I watch a channel that plays a trivia game that is sort of like you don't know Jack. Oh, a trivia game. Yeah, that would be good. Very cool. Dennis says 62 more than me, and I won't be catching up. 62 more what? Let me look at Dennis's subscribers, if that's what he's talking about. No, he's got 6 subscribers. So 62 more what than you? Oh, skydived. Oh, you're hilarious, Dennis. Bougie says also Wordle or Wordle. Beautiful. That's great. Pit Maple says there's a bloke on YouTube that interacts who wants to be a millionaire who's starting to pick on numbers. What do you mean who interacts? Like he watches Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and does reaction video to it? What are you talking about, Pips? Channels that do scratch off tickets and talk about coin collecting. That person's wasting so much money, but maybe that person's making a lot of money from super chats, but I'm not going to waste money on scratch off tickets and hope that people are going to super chat me more than the cost of the scratch off tickets, but that's certainly interesting. By the way, thank you guys, all of you, for sticking around and giving me advice and thoughts on how to make the channel work better. I really appreciate that. That's very nice of all of you. He uses the app to play host. Aha. Another law tuber, Steve Leto, just talks about legal angle on a story in the news. At this point, his views feed him the stories most of the time. Oh, his viewers feed him the stories. Just talks about legal angle on a story in the news. Okay, that's interesting. There were some other things that you guys talked about that I should do. Thumbnails with Bougie. Thumbnails with Bougie. And oh yeah, more interview guests. By the way, Dennis, I think you should go skydiving. It's very, very fun. It's very, very awesome. More interview guests. What else could we do? Was there anything else that we talked about in the live stream that we haven't talked about yet? Live reaction videos. What else? I was do vertical from Streamlabs. I could do that as a test. Starfield. Let's make Andrea mad. What the heck is Starfield? Yeah, Kinnear doesn't know what you're talking about either. The lurking Kinnear decided to speak up. Julie says, people that watch the channel go in together to buy a packet of tickets. And the dude scratches them off. People that watch the channel go in together to buy a packet and the dude scratches them off during a live stream. You split the winnings. Coin collectors auction off coins. Okay, V and Kinnear are having they're dorking out on video game stuff over there. Guys, focus. We're trying to build my YouTube channel. We're not talking about Starfield. Focus. I only have a week to make this year really great. So far, this year is not ending on a bang. It's ending with a whimper. But we do have 24 likes. We only have one more like, and we have the gold medal. We have the platinum medal on the YouTube live stream Olympics. Just one more like. What's up, JDF4SC? You remember me, the surfer dude? Let me see if he's here. Yeah, what's going on, dude? So happy to have you here, but Monroe won't let my face show because my hair is not ready. Sorry, unfortunately, Kino is not allowed to show his face at the moment. Oh yeah, I was thinking of doing a live stream with all of the different characters coming in. And so it just goes boom, and then Kino's here. Boom, Rocco. Boom, Billy Bob. And like get everybody's take on the same topic. That could be interesting. Oh, thank you for liking. Hey, wow, we got 26 now. So we got the platinum medal, 4 more likes, and we've got the palladium medal. Palladium medal on the YouTube live stream Olympics. Oh my gosh. And the other thing that annoys me, I don't know if Bougie is still here, but I don't think likes matter. What have likes done for me? I don't think likes are part of the algorithm because they certainly don't bring people in. It's not like it results in more people watching the stream after it's recorded. I already have multiple personality disorder, Mark. You know that. You know that. Let me. Honestly, I think more people get subscriptions for their channels on my live streams than I get subscriptions for my channel. I'm being completely serious. I think people come on my live streams and they make friends, and more people, other people's channels are growing more than mine is growing by being a live streamer. Hi, Miss T. Nice to see you. Merry Christmas. Yes, that will be awesome. All the dudes together. I will do that. So yeah, I'll have to plan that as well. I wonder what a good name for that would be. Like, what would be a name for all of them all together? Maybe I could call it multiple personality disorder. Would that be a title that would get people interested in watching? Bougie says that's going to be in some upcoming updates. For now, they don't. Oh, so eventually likes are going to be included as something that's going to help promote live streams. That sounds good. Julie, how do you know how much Palladium traded today? That's why do I have 15 people? That's the most I've had in a long time. It's like the closer I get to midnight and beyond midnight, the more and more people that show up. Mark Bishop says, me too, but if I like the stream right now, I'm more likely to be recommended your streams later. Oh, okay, so it does have an effect because it's going to suggest the videos, my videos, to more of them. Okay. Asking people to like ensures they stay in your pool. Excellent. Mark says, I'm schizophrenic and so am I. That's right, you are, Mark. Me, him, and then as me, him, and then as a title. Me, him, and them. The best of all, Monroe. These are all them. You guys are funny. You guys got good titles. YouTube, Dennis says, YouTube knows if I like something and will show me more of it. So since I liked the stream, YouTube will tell me on the next one. Cool, Den. Let's see. Julie says, because I checked the spot price of the metals earlier today. But why, Julie? What field are you in that you checked the spot prices of precious metals? Mark Bishop says, you could call it they, them, and get all the wokies. Maybe I could call it wokey tokey. Remember what, Mark, you probably know, you're probably around my age or so. Remember when we had walkie-talkies when we were a kid? That was fun. V says the schizo comment. What about the schizo comment? I don't know what you guys are talking about. You guys are making no sense in here. Dr. GT3 is in the house. Party. Great to have you. Groove is in the house. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Dr. GT3's in the house. Oh, yeah, yeah. Groove is in the house. Oh, I haven't heard that song in a long time. Here's Dr. GT, fist bump. Boom, boom. Oh, the groove is in. The song is called The Groove is in the Heart, I think, right? I tell you, it is disappointing, though, that literally I've been live streaming now for 3 hours, and I got 2 new subscribers. I'm not complaining. I'm grateful that I got 2 new subscribers, but I mean, come on, YouTube. For 3 hours worth of work, shouldn't I get at least like 5 to 10? Poke the woke. Maple, poke the woke. I'm actually gonna write that down. Where's my list? Didn't I have a? Oh, I brought it over here. I'm still laughing at that. Poke the woke. That's just funny. Oh, maybe it could be Monroe pokes the woke. That rhymes. Monroe pokes the woke. How about, I thought house. How are you? Jamie? Sounds like complaining. V is losing subs. Don't worry. I mean, all of us. Bougie said the other day he lost 30,000 subs because of one live stream. 30,000. If I lost 30,000 subs on one live stream, I'd be in the hole by 25,000 subs. Julie Mumford says, profit and loss, hedging my bets, protecting, building wealth. I also bought more metals as Christmas for grand gifts. Well, awesome, Julie. Well, why aren't you, if you're such a fancy schmancy, why don't you support the channel by giving them nice membership to your grandkids, $3.99. And you should gift yourself one as well to support the Monroe Mann journey. Pit Maple says, Delight Groove is in the heart out of New York City. Negative subs. Yeah, the YouTube algorithm hates me so much that I have negative 25,000 subs, and it's getting worse. What does that mean? What if somebody could like unsubscribe from you before they've even Like like they're not subscribed, but they unsubscribe. So it goes negative. A few days ago, I lost 1,000. Jamie says, V probably went south when the one guy said this goof is Canadian. Mark says, I only have 105 subs when I'm working like you are. Well, Mark, that's a heck of a lot more than you had before. I will tell you this. It was really hard. Well, I was one of the first YouTubers. I told you that. I had like 140 subscribers from like 2006 till 2016. When was it? 2006. No, 2010. I don't remember when I really started trying to get subs, but I remember getting that first 500 was excruciatingly painful. This was before live streaming and before shorts, so it was very different. But once I got to 500, it took exponentially less time to get to 1,000. And then from 1,000, less time to get to 2,000. Then from 2,000 to 4,500, like I did that in the last 6 months. But now I'm stuck again, and it's growing maddeningly. Like according to like what the rate that I'm growing now, I'll have 5,000 subs by like a year from now in September, which is very discouraging. Dennis says, I received a free membership today and I wasn't watching. That's how I found out the stream was going on. So thanks to whoever did that. I gifted 5 memberships earlier today, and Mrs. Reboot. Did Mrs. Reboot? I think she did. Was she on here? Did Mrs. Reboot gift some memberships today? Oh, I know Stan Sethley did. Stan Sethley gifted some memberships earlier. So somebody did. And you're welcome. Julie is not fancy schmancy. You are fancy schmancy, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You are the fanciest and the schmanciest. V says, goof, that sounds like something a Canadian would say. Mark says, I haven't committed to doing YouTube yet. Why not, Mark? Mark did a nice video. I watched it earlier today. He had this cool green screen background of the Northern Lights, and he was playing I think it was a Christmas song. I'm pretty sure. It was very beautiful. I was more mesmerized by the music, but I was overshadowed by the Northern Lights. And I don't remember what song it was, but it was really nice. So you guys can go check his really nice song out. I also just got a notification earlier that V just posted a short too, so you can check out Clear Trek, his channel as well. Mark Bishop, commit. That's right, Kinnear. Jamie has 7 subscribers, and I have no idea why. I'm one of them. I'm waiting for the day. Luna says, that's pretty cool of you to give away memberships. Well, YouTube gives YouTubers who are monetized 10 memberships that they can gift every month. So at the beginning of every month, I gift 5, and at the end of every month, I gift the other 5. I can't control who gets them. It's luck of the draw, and supposedly YouTube chooses people who are most likely to become paid members, because obviously everything on YouTube is about making money. So that's what they're trying to do. Carol of the Bells, that's right. Mark Bishop of. Get off your lazy ass, start posting YouTube more regularly. You need to commit to YouTube. You need to commit to YouTube. Don't give up. Don't give excuses. We don't want to hear it. Let Mark go. Mark Bishop, do it right now. Your wife will be so proud. She's in Philippines. Everyone's going to kick some butt in 2025. Let's make millions of dollars. And make sure that we're happy too. And make sure we're very happy too. Bang, baga, boom, bang, danga, dang, dang, dongo, dong. So, you're welcome, V, of course. Happy to, just as Bougie is being very supportive of me, a channel that's smaller, I'm happy to support channels that are smaller than mine. It's so funny, like in Bougie's eyes, I have the tiniest channel. In my eyes, V has a tiny channel. In V's eyes, Mark Bishop has a tiny channel. In Mark Bishop's eyes, like there's someone just starting today who's got, Jamie is a small channel. And in Jamie's eyes, Apparently, Jamie is a YouTuber with 7 subscribers, but no videos. I guess you're not really a YouTuber unless you post a video. So Jamie, all you need to do is post one short, and you will move from just a fan to being a YouTuber. You do have the tiniest channel. I wasn't going to say it, and it's a little awkward that we're talking about that live, but you do have a small channel, Jamie. And but the truth is, I have a small channel too. Piper, I haven't seen you in absolutely forever. You know what's nice about this? All of the old fans are coming back to say hi on Christmas, for Christmas. It's good to see you, Piper. Wishing you very well. Make sure you click like. We're only 3 likes away from the Palladium medal on the YouTube live stream Olympics. No, it's not code for something. I'm just saying that I have a very small channel. You can look into that however you want. Yeah, Piper, we have a special guest in the chat. His name is Bougie, and he's a very successful YouTuber, live streamer, and so we're just talking right now about a lot of Bougie tidbits and hints and advice for how I can grow my channel and how any of us can grow our channels. Bougie says, I got to support you, so when you blow up, I'll have you as an asset. Thank you. I appreciate your faith in me that you think that I am going to blow up. But are you talking about blow up big or like literally just blow up? Because this day and age, I don't know. I would love for my channel to blow up so big that I could actually help you, Bougie. That would be really cool. And let me see. Bougie says, I definitely don't have a cult of over 100 YouTubers with 1K to 10 million subs. I don't lead a cult like that. Well, thank you very much for the support, Bougie. And by the way, guys, go check out Bougie's channel. It's very entertaining, and the truth is, even if you don't like if you like video games and you like great personalities, you'll love Bougie's channel. Even if you don't like video games, Bougie's a very fun guy. And people say I have enthusiasm. He's got, like, Bougie has the enthusiasm that I had when I was his age. Because he's got the youthful enthusiasm because he is 19. But like when someone super chats, I love that he's like, oh my God. Oh, and he makes you feel really, really special. And as you can tell just by his comments here, he's got a wonderful personality. So I hope we can all support him as well, just for that reason. Because he did lose 3,000 subs today, so maybe we can give him 3 back. We can try to cork up that leak you've got there. Julie got a copyright strike when I made an intro and outro using a Sammy Hagar song. It scared me so bad that I took all my videos down. Julie, oh my gosh. I know exactly how you feel. And there's a movie of mine. I am a filmmaker, and one of my first movies is this film, Origami Deathmatch. And before YouTube created all these arrangements with all of these artists, my movie was taken down from YouTube because I used Survivor by Eye of the Tiger, or Eye of the Tiger by Survivor. And they finally listed it again because now it's monetized, and they're taking all of the revenue. And so I have to use I'm sad because I have to get rid of the part in the middle that has audio. It has people talking, but I'm not able to remove the song, keep the audio and keep the voices, and then add a new song. And so I think I just have to use their tool to just replace the music, and the speaking is gone, which is kind of unfortunate. But Yeah, but I agree with you, Jamie. Everyone needs to watch Origami Deathmatch, but not until I finish the copyright thing, because that means S- Sony Music is getting all of the money. You know, I wish I could see how much money I've been losing over the years because I don't get to, I don't get any of the revenue from that. That's right, but not right now. I think I'm just going to sacrifice the audio from that section, and because I'd like to make money from it. Oh, all right, we have some messages here. If I don't get on before Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Piper, that's not the answer that I wanted to hear. You better get on it. You need to get on. This is called the 8 days of Christmas start today. It's called, no, it's 12 days of Christmas. The 12 days of Christmas. So you got to be here today, tomorrow, Christmas Day, the day after Christmas, the day after Christmas, the day after Christmas. You got to be here the day before New Year's, the day before New Year's, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, the day after New Year's, the day after New Year's. Dedication, Piper. That's what I'm expecting from you. Oh, Bougie is 18. He's rubbing it in that it's an 18-year-old who's schooling us all on how to become successful YouTubers. Well, la-ti-da, Bougie. Jamie thoroughly enjoys Bougie's channel. Good energy. Everyone needs to watch Origami Deathmatch now. Right now, it's ridiculous. Such a small section allows them to take it all. Yeah, I got in touch with YouTube about that, and I said, are you serious? Are they making all of the revenue? And I think that's the case. They're taking all of the revenue, even though the film is 99% mine. There's only one song that uses. It's really annoying. That's why I don't want to do cover songs on my original music live streams anymore, because I found out that if I sing one cover song and there's a copyright claim, and apparently if there's $5 in ad revenue, $250 goes to the artist and $250 goes to me, even though 90% of the songs being played during that live stream are mine. And this is what the YouTube support said. Maybe that's not accurate enough, but it's scary enough that I don't want to risk that. On the first day of Christmas, Kino had for me a seagull in a palm tree. That's funny, V. On the second day of Christmas, Rocco had for me. Write a parody song. Oh, that's good. Awesome, V. Yeah, if you want to help with some lyrics, I think we already got some. Yeah, let's do that. Actually, V, since you came up with the idea, if you want to come on to a live stream with me, we can sing it together. Oh, and maybe we could do it where I come on with the different characters too. Like on the first day of Christmas, Kino had for me, yeah, a seagull in a palm tree. And then on the second day of Christmas, Rocco had for me a big toothbrush and some mouthwash. You know what I'm saying? That would be funny. That could be a good short too. All right. My wife called me from the Philippines. I'm back now. Welcome back, Mark. Mark, one of my friends was on this live stream yesterday or this morning or whenever. He lives in Miami Beach too. His name is Jamie. He also has a wife in the Philippines. But because of immigration problems, they've been married for many years, like 10 years. And 3.5 years ago, he was working and teaching English in Beijing, in China. I was working and teaching English in Shanghai. I didn't know him at the time, but it turns out we worked for the same company, Wall Street English. And she was living with him there. But we all had to come home, and we couldn't go back to China because of COVID. And he has been trying for 3.5 years. I have no idea what's going on. That it's taking 3.5 years for his lawfully wedded wife to come to get a visa to come to America. But I was telling him to get in touch with you because you guys have a lot in common. You're both American. You're both artistic. He's a very funny guy. And you both have wives in the Philippines. So I'm hoping one time you guys will be on the live streams together. Bougie says, W. Jamie, I appreciate it. Piper says, I'm going to hop off. Bye, Piper. Mark, I've got terrible health problems that make it hard to push the hard part of creating a YouTube content. As I was saying before, Mark, I don't know if you're here. Don't focus on what you can't do. Focus on what you can do. And I mean, my break diving channel, I'm getting it monetized by doing these study halls. And probably before I head to bed tonight, I'll turn on the study hall. I let it run throughout the night. Sometimes in the morning, I'll get in and say hi to everybody. I'll do an hour of work with everybody, and then I'll leave it on. And I get like 10 to 25 hours of watch time every time I do it. That doesn't require a lot in terms of effort. You could come up with something something similar like that. And I mean, you could have your channel monetized. Jamie, oh, there's a super chat here. Revenue for when I watched original. Thank you, Jamie. I love how creative Jamie is for coming up. She tries to give herself reasons to justify spending her hard-earned money on this guy. Thank you, Jamie. Let me see. 58. Jamie. $1.99. Well, let's wrap up that present since it's Christmas week. Put a little bow on it. Thank you so much, Jamie. I appreciate that. Oh, guys, I still remember when I got monetized and I turned on the super chats and I went on. It was so awkward. And I was thinking, is anybody actually going to send me money? Am I actually going to make any money from it? And well, we've made $11.58 plus 75 cents in jewels. And yeah, thank you. Jamie, Merry Christmas. Appreciate the Christmas gift. Outrage is asking if I've ever been in New York for the ball drop. No, and I never will be because that scares me like crazy to be in such big crowds. In New York City, especially after what happened today in the subway. I mean, I don't like being, since I got back from Iraq, I don't like large crowds. I don't like loud noises. I don't, what else do I not like? I don't know, I did a lot of things. A lot of things I don't like, but I've never liked the idea of going to New York for New Year's. I'll always watch it on TV. Every time I'm watching it, every year I'm going, is this the year that something happens? And I fear something's going to happen one of these years, and I just don't want to. And if I have kids, I would not let my kids go either. I said, you're not going to New York City, Times Square on New Year's Eve. Nope, nope, nope. Turn it into a short, all the characters. V, are you talking about the Christmas thing? Maybe that would be funny, and that would require a little bit of effort. But and I think it might be. I think it could go. It could go to distance. But do I need to come up with 12 characters total? Do I got to come up with some? How many do I have? I have Rocco. I have Rocco. Billy Bob. Timothy Hilford, Jignesh from India. I could do some of my old ones like Nacho, like this guy from Mexico. Donde está la fiesta? And what's another one that I have? Jignesh. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna work on that. That could be a good idea. Honestly, I'm thinking to going on one of those websites to get a Filipino wife, because that's where Jamie found his wife, was on one of these websites. It's a brutal process to do immigration. Yeah. Mark Bishop, I just sent a ton of money to my wife in the Philippines. I'm actually spending more than I'm bringing in. I feel for you, Mark, tremendously. And Yeah, I'm struggling too with my mom too. That the money going out every month is more than is coming in from her Social Security and her investments, and I am trying to figure out how to. So I know what you're struggling with. I'm struggling the same thing, and it's not pleasant. It's not fun. It's really just ah. Calypso Dragons, how are you? Whoa, we have two YouTubers with more than 100,000 subscribers in the live stream right now. If Bougie is still here. Bougie, do you know this Calypso Dragons? Because that would be pretty neat if we've got... Hey, look at that. Bougie is still here. Hey, Bougie, meet Calypso Dragons. Calypso Dragons, meet Bougie. The two of you have very big YouTube channels. Yep, catch up, man. I will write it for you. Text me your character's name, 6 total. Sounds good, V. Mark Bishop says Christian Filipina is a better place for online. Okay. Zhao, thank you. Zhao comes out on the live stream, and the only thing he says is how good looking I am. So thank you. By the way, we got the Palladium medal. We got 31 likes. Huzzah! 31 likes on the YouTube live stream Olympics. Bougie, you've seen Calypso Dragons in your shorts feed, but never watched their stream before. Wow. Look at that. Pretty cool. That is pretty cool. By the way, Zhao, thank you for the lovely compliment. I appreciate it. I love how I said after an hour, okay, guys, I'm signing off, and now it's been 225 minutes. How long is 225 minutes? I'm just having too good of a time talking to all of you. 225 divided by 60. 3 hours and 45 minutes. Maybe we'll go another 15 minutes. We'll make it an even 4 hours. Calypso, what kind of stuff do you post? If you're still here. Calypso just comes in and says, hey, but doesn't tell us anything. Let's look at Calypso Dragon's channel. I'm curious. You know what's weird about Calypso Dragons? There was a Calypso Dragons here originally. He only had like 3 subscribers. Now Calypso Dragons has 100,000 plus. And I'm trying to figure out, is it the same Calypso Dragons? Is it the same channel? Oh, come on. YouTube is driving me crazy. Does YouTube drive you crazy? It drives me crazy. Let's see if I can find Calypso Dragons. Calypso Dragon. Dragons with an S. Calypso Dragons. And let's see if I can find that. Why can't I find you, Calypso Dragons? Maybe is your channel name not at Calypso Dragons? By the way, Bougie, why before on mobile I used to be able to click on somebody's name and then it says go to channel. But I can't do that anymore. So I have to go on my phone here to see if I can find it. No, Calypso Dragons? No. Why can't I find you? It's showing me Calypso with 6 subscribers instead of Calypso Dragons with 300,000. Why? It's very difficult. I'm trying to find it, guys. 1 second, because I really want to find this channel. Maybe I can do underscore. Calypso underscore Dragon. Calypso Dragon's channel. Oh, I found it. Look. Calypso Dragons does a 2-hour one and gets 720 views. Look at that. I'm going to subscribe to you, Calypso Dragons, by the way. So, congratulations. You got a new subscriber. So, anyway, kudos to you for... Your lives are doing pretty well. Wow, you did a live for 2 hours last week with 9,000 views. Very nice. 12,000 views. You're a rock star, Calypso Dragons. You're doing Duolingo? Look. What's up, Cheesy? Cheesy's back in the house. Guys, for those who don't know, Cheesy One Nacho was when I was first doing the live streaming back in May. And I had like no watch time, whatever. And this guy was supporting me so much. He said, I want to send you money, start a Cash App. So I created a Cash App and created it. And he started to send me some money via Cash App. And it was so motivational because it gave me hope that when I got monetized, I would actually be able to make some money. And so honestly, Cheesy One Nacho, you were one of the biggest motivators for me when I was just getting this up and running. So thank you for that, and thank you for coming back yesterday and today and giving me super chat. I appreciate it. Let's add him onto here, onto the super board. See, he was up here. Cheesy One Nacho. He gave $4.99 before. 59. Okay, Cheesy One. And we're still Christmas week, so we're going to wrap that and put a bow on it. Thank you, Cheesy. Guys, I think we're getting close, I think, to the $350. Let me actually look and see. I think we've got to be more than the 257 now. I think. Let me look. All right, now we went up by $3. We're at $260. All right, well, hey, we're getting there. But we had a bunch of membership gifting today and super chats in the last 2 days. So I think we'll be up to 300, which means I think we will be able to get to 350 before the end of the month. Wasn't my ultimate goal, but not bad for Christmas month when, a lot of people have some problems. Cheesy One says, I'm back, bro. Had to go to work earlier. Thanks, man. I'm honored to inspire and help the channel. Yeah, Cheesy, you're fantastic. Bougie, this guy Cheesy One Nacho went on a trip that was created by a YouTuber. What was the YouTuber's name that you went on the trip with, Cheesy? And thank you for that gift, a rose or flower. Well, thank you, Jamie. I'm honored. Okay, I'll go to prom with you. Nightmare just said, I never knew you played instruments. JD Leader, wow, you've been on a long stream tonight. Yeah, JD, I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why I was supposed to go off after 60 minutes, and I don't know what happened. Bougie came on, that's one reason, and when Bougie comes on, I stick around because he's a wealth of knowledge. Cheesy One says, it was with History Dose. So, yeah, Cheesy One Nacho was telling me that eventually that's something I could do is organize like a trip or a get-together or something with all the YouTube fans. But I'm sure History Dose has got a lot more subscribers than I do and has a lot more fans. I have trouble getting fans to give super chat, let alone buy airfare and go on a trip with me. So, we'll have to see. Oh boy. But you guys all gave me some very good suggestions for things that I can do to try to spice things up. And this is the latest I've been up on a YouTube live in a long time. Maybe I'll jump off and jump back on and do a multiple personality disorder one, and see if that gets any people to come in. I'll I'll call it multiple personality disorder with Monroe Mann. With Monroe Mann and guests. So, ladies and gents, so yeah, if you want, you can come on back again, and I'll probably do another one for half an hour. I just want to give that a try and see what happens. And so I think it's a good idea. And you guys said that would be cool. So thank you guys for being on board this very long live stream. And stick around. I'll be launching another live stream in about 3 minutes. See you guys.